days of green's golden glow, where Peter Moore put on a killer show. He rolled up his sleeve with a rebel's motto, a halo tattoo and Grand Theft Auto. Tattooed promises in the corporate air, turning heads with moves so rare. From consoles to wars to a bold new game, Xbox shifting, but who's to blame? He revved up the war with a cheeky grin, the 360 buzz, let the fight begin. He built empires on silicon sand. Now whispers say they'll leave hardware's land. Tattooed promises in the corporate air, turning dreams into a brand to dare. From consoles to wars to ambitions vast, is the future here or just the past? P. Moore, the legend fades from ink skin to shifting shades. A chapter turns, but hearts still yearn for the fire that made those consoles burn. Tattooed promises in the corporate air, a legacy born on a lightning dare. From consoles to wars to the unknown wide, is Xbox ready for the other side?
Phil Spencer. The GOAT. Phil Spencer. The GOAT. The GOAT. We rolled. Phil Spencer. The GOAT. We rolled. The GOAT mean world. Phil Spencer, the GOAT, we load. Phil Spencer, the GOAT, we load. The GOAT mean world. The GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT mean mode. The GOAT mean mode feels lonesome. The GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT mean mode. The GOAT mean mode we mode. The GOAT we mode. The GOAT we mode. Phil Spencer, the GOAT we mode. The GOAT we mode. The GOAT mean mode. The GOAT we mode. Phil Spencer, the GOAT we mode. The GOAT me mode. The GOAT me mode. legends are born and nothing's the same. Grind it out hard where champions play. This is gonna be our way. Controllers in hand, the pixels ignite. Our passion explodes in the neon light. The grindhouse roars, the crowd won't stop. This is the mountain, we made it to the top. Thank you for every battle won, for the highs and lows and the blazing sun, where quality rules and the fakes offend. The gaming grindhouse where legends transcend. Now here we are. Every glitch fought, every boss slain. The grind is forever, no loss in vain. Raise your glasses, break the chains. The grindhouse stands, we've staked our claim. Stillness fades like a forgotten stream, 'cause we're living the ultimate gamer's dream. And the blazing sun, where quality rules and the fakes offend. The gaming grindhouse where legends transcend. Money, it's a numbers game. Xbox is packing up, gotta change the quest. Time to share the love, put the market to the test. Controllers are shaking in every boss's hands. Making deals with rivals, got bigger plans. They say nobody's buying, so let's spread out. PlayStation, get ready to hear us shout. No red line, it's a brand new day. Xbox invading in a different way. We need that green, gonna make amends. Bringing games for you, our newfound friends. Money's running low, can't stay in one shell. We'll mix it up and ring the sales bell. All the consoles join, it's not a crime. Just a new strategy in the fashion of time. Jumping boundaries, ain't no hard divide. In the game of survival, we'll play each side. Different but same blood in these veins. Gotta feed the hunger, gotta break the chains. Gamers united under one big roof. Competition dies when you're bulletproof. Phil speaks the truth, no need for disguise. We're opening doors, it's a big surprise.
Yo, what's up, grinders? Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing? There's some crazy settings that going on there. I don't know what was going on. It was like, how you doing? What is up, everybody? How's it going? How was your weekend? Man, oh man, what a weekend I had. It was party weekend, man. I was doing my DJing, did something on, got my first gig going on there. Awesome stuff going on there. More DJ. I'll show you some more things I learned too on the gaming grind. I did some spins here, some sets on here. We'll do some more. If you hit that like button, we'll be cooking. We're going to be cooking today. Somebody's entering the gaming grindhouse in a little bit. Said it'll be on in about 40 minutes or so. 30 minutes or so. We'll get him on, but we're going to go through some topics. And then once we get to the cooking the Xbox, Mr. TimDog is back in the gaming grindhouse. He returns. And we're going to be talking about all the news that happened today. So thank you so much. April's coming. Birthday time. That's right. Grindhouse birthday. We'll be having a Grindhouse birthday celebration as well. So keep in mind, that'll be in next week or so. Next week, actually. Yeah, next week. Grindhouse birthday. That's right. Thank you, Neil. Shout out to the grinders coming on in here. Hit that like button. We got Leech. We got Wild Wolf. Neil. Wish me a happy birthday next week. Not too old yet. Curse Kane in the house. What's up? The Unknown. Leech. Lady Gamers. Dark Zone. Who else we got? Zurich. Competition means that P's got more money unhindered. Oh, damn. Steam Machine. Captain Ply in the house. We have XP Mini who got his message deleted. Probably was something, I don't know. Terrain in the house. Alpha Gouchard. What's up? The Unknown in the house. CM, he got deleted too. Late game is going in there. And then we got who else we had here? Curse Kane, and we have Neil Augusto. What's that? Leech. I'm hyped over New Orleans. All right, man. Yo. April is practically here. I know. And you can see from the topics. We got Crimson Desert update. We got the Ps5 price increase. I did a video last week, but we'll talk more about that. This is an Xbox campaign from Asha AI. Says it's over. Xbox Showcase that was announced today with Gears E Day as the after show, which I predicted that. And Xbox FanFest returns. Grinders, you made me do it. Man, that's some scary stuff. I scared myself. I told you. And then Xbox exclusives return. We'll find out. And TimDog will be here to give us all the lowdown on Xbox. So, yes. Well, we'll see. We'll get Tim in here. We got a lot has changed since Tim came in here last time. I don't know. I got to talk to him. I got to see what's going down. But definitely hit that like button, share it out. We are 30 VIPs away from me tweeting Asha again. Dude, the last time we did a goal, I tweeted Asha and we got FanFest back. Shoo! We have the power of the grindhouse right here. Asha's listening. Asha AI is listening. She listens to everything here. And then we got our golds there. I will be giving 5 people, take you to the VIP balcony for the excellent special VIP show that will be going on live in another week or so. That special VIP show. And we are like, we hit 3,200, but then we went down to, so we're not steady at 3,200, but we're right there, like 1 or 2 people away. So anybody subscribing, thank you. You'll be right at the 3,200 mark, and we'll be able to do a celebration show for that as well. So it is party time in the gaming grindhouse. April's not only birthdays, but we got VIP shows, and we also have 3,200 member celebration coming your way. So hit that like button, become a grinder, and hang out here with the gaming grinders, because we, a lot of them in the chat have seen all this already, and we're gonna have a lot of opinions talking about what's gonna happen in the future of Xbox. So one of the things I wanted to start too. Up here up front. So hit that like button. March is big. One thing I want to start is the Crimson Desert got another update, man. Dude, they have been updating this thing left and right, and I got the Crimson Glaze. You know I got the Crimson Glaze. That's it. I love this freaking game. Happy birthday, Lady Game is in September. I love this freaking game. Yo, Crimson Glaze. That's what that has been my 2026. Has been the Crimson Glaze. It pulled me off of Resident Evil. I can't stop playing the freaking game. I can't stop. I'm like 25 hours in. Yo, it's crazy. I cannot stop playing this freaking game. It is so awesome. Like, I don't care what I'm doing and stuff. It's just so much fun. Just run around. I can't believe how big the world is, dude. This is like the open world of open worlds. It is insane that we're going to get a game of this size. This year, we got the game of this size, and GTA 6 is coming out this year too, man. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is going to be an open world fiasco. But the Crimson Glaze is real. And they have been putting updates nonstop, man. They've been putting out updates. Like, they did one, like, 2 days right after launch. They did another one. And now they got this one now. And they improved the graphics of NVIDIA ray tracing construction. They fixed the blurry visuals in certain environments. They resolved the sky and cloud flickering and fixed chimney smoke flickering with overlapping objects.
You're my #1 customer.
It is crazy. They just keep updating it. So they are listening, and they are patching this thing up. So, and you know what's crazy is that it wasn't even like it was like busted at launch. It wasn't. This game was running good. I didn't have any glitches. You saw me streaming it from day one. The first time I'd even turned on the game, for the first 15 hours, I've streamed it. You saw everything that I seen. I booted up the game. I hit record, and you guys watched the 15 hours. There wasn't a lot of glitches or the things that were broken. Nothing. So all the stuff they're pretty much doing is just polish. It's not even polish. It's just like little stuff here and there. So, hey, man, and we're not even like, what, a week or so in? A couple of weeks in? A week or so in? It's crazy. Yeah, about a week or so. But I love it. I think the game's great. It's if you love just open world games and role playing and just being a role playing, it doesn't have like choices and dialogue, and you know, it's not like deep dialogue role playing like a Baldur's Gate or any kind of like choices and things like that. But it's just like, go do stuff. You could farm animals. You could dig for treasures. You could fly across the map. You could climb a mountain for some reason, like you don't want to. You could use the abilities to just traverse the land, but even fight enemies and become like an arm wrestling champion, as I was in this town. You could gift anybody stuff. They'll give you missions. You'll be walking around the town and somebody will be like, hey, and they'll slip you a message, and you'll like open it up, and they'll give you like a mission or give you a tip on how to do something. It's so like it's a great compliment to Ghosts of Yote, and how Ghosts of Yote had this world where you just go somewhere and you see something and it gives you a mission. This game does it even tenfold because there's so much going on, and you have so many abilities. You could do anything you want, and it's freaking awesome. It really is awesome. Like, it is crazy the amount of control that they have. The fishing game, everything has depth to it too. It's not like you just throw your lure in and pull fish out. Like, you got to reel it in. You got to fight the fish. Like, there's a whole, everything seems to just have a mechanism of depth and skill, which is really awesome, because you would think it's such a large game, they'll just kind of throw a bunch of mini games in there and just think like, okay, yeah, well, that's to satisfy that. But these games have deep. So all I'm saying is, I like Crimson Desert. Crimson Glaze is real. And check out the patches. Check out the game. Member of 34 months, Super Hemi. My good brother Jez, did you see my message I sent you on PSN? No, I did not. What did you say? And D, what's up? He says, I heard he heard VIPs in balcony. Let's go. That's right. Yo, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm gonna count milestones to that thing. Even you two don't count, I'll count milestones to that 15. We'll get people to the balcony. We got to get specials to the balcony. What did you send me on this thing? What did you send me on PSN? I did not see. You said the prices are going up? Because that's what the news is, man. Yo, PlayStation, the price increase. It's this week. So, this is your message, grinders. If you have not gotten a PlayStation 5, or you want to trade in and get a Pro, do it now. You have like a day or two. So, this is a message to anybody that says they got to get this stuff. It sucks. It sucks, but we got to do the 5-alarm fire right now to let everybody know. This is your PSA. Go. Keep the show on. You could get in the car. Keep the show going. Go get it. Go. This is it. We don't know if we'll ever see these prices ever again. This may be the end of days of these prices. But there's your sirens. Go. They were doing some trade-ins. The last time they increased the price of the Pro, I bought it before they price increased it. I'm not doing it again because I got enough. But go get it. Go get it. Just go, because the prices are going up, and this is the day. This is the week that it's happening. So keep the show going if you listen to this on the recording, and go get yourself a Pro. Or a PlayStation 5 if you haven't got one anyway, because this is the year, man. They got some games cooking. But, man, like I would say the Pro, with the PSSR 2 update, 2.0 updates, and it really is showing why, you know, it's going to be good. And my thing is, my logic is that if you get the Pro or you trade up for a Pro, the Pro is going to hold more value when you trade it in for a PS6 eventually or for something else. The Pro will hold some value. It's going to be more worth of a trade-in, obviously, than an original PS5. So my suggestion is like, you know, get to the next level, get the Pro, and then in the future, when you want to get a PS6 or whatever you're going to get, you at least are going to get more money because it is more money, but you could get it for like $350. So that's what I'm just saying, is to do that, because this is where it happens. It happens on April 2nd, grinders. The price is going up. It's going to from $749 to $899 for the Pro. So there you go. It is the digital PS5, and I think PSSR 2 is just going to get better. That's the other thing. Like, if you're going to talk PSSR 2 and frame gen, that probably is not going to come to the PlayStation 5 base, because PSSR is only in the Pro. So those, like the future stuff, like how they evolved to 2.0, maybe they add frame gen. It may only be available on the Pro and not on the base PS5. So you'll be out of a feature. So somebody's right, like a PS5.5. That's basically what the Pro is, Wild Wolf. So it's crazy that it sucks. Listen, it sucks. It's bull. Again, the marketing conditions, I don't care what it is. All I know is that it sucks. And we should have consoles going down in price and games looking and playing even better. And for some reason, we have the opposite. Games are broken at launch. We wait for patches and day ones. Reviews are reviewing broken games, giving it low scores, and then they get a day one patch and it fixes all the stuff they complained about in the review. Oh, and the consoles are going up in price. Like, everything's going mishmash in reverse. But listen, if you really want one there, if you say Sony sucks ass and I don't want it, then don't get it. But I'm just telling you, if you want to be invested in what the new technology or evolution of the console will be, the Pro is probably going to get it and not the base PS5. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Thrifty? How you doing, man? What's up, the OA? How you doing? How you doing? There you go. But it is crazy. The PS5, $549 to $649. The PS5 digital, $499 to $599. The Pro to $749 to $899. Man, these not like $10, $50 upgrade increases, dude. These are full ass $100 increases. $150. Craziness. The PS Portal is even getting a $50. That's the only one that has a $50 increase, is the Portal. Dude, that thing was kick ass at $200 flying off of shelves, and now it's $250. And right now, they'll take a PS5 base, and you could buy a Pro for $350 at GameStop. I think they're giving you around $400 for you got to be a member, though. One of that horse shit. You got to be a friggin' member over at GameStop. Who wants to be a friggin' member there?
Filmness.
GameStop Nest Bull. Yeah, that's some horse shit over there.
Gaming.
But once you can be a member, then you could get it for $350. I don't know, man. I don't know. And what's crazy is that the Pro got an update. with the PSSR 2. The Portal got a high resolution, like right before they announced this stuff too. Right before, man. Oh yeah, I see logo data. Oh damn, yo, your guy looks crazy, dude. What the hell are those things on his back? Are those weapons? Or is that a flag that you're walking around Crimson Desert with? Yo, look what data got the friggin' Crimson Glaze. Yo, that guy looks crazy. That's an awesome picture, man. He has like these poles sticking out of the shoulders. It looks like he's walking around with like these spikes. I don't know if it's a weapon or not. So we will see. We will see what's it going to do. But I saw a lot of people buying pros over the weekend, and I would advise you to if it's time. If you've been to PlayStation, had a regular PlayStation, and let me tell you something. I went from the base PlayStation to a Pro. It is like a double upgrade. Because not only are you trading in that behemoth of a machine with the PlayStation 5 original, but you're getting a slim. Like it's basically the Pro. You can't believe how small the Pro is compared to the original PlayStation. Now, yes, you're losing the drive. You got to go buy the drive too. So that's another thing. But if you were not doing physical and don't care about Blu-rays, going from that behemoth of a PlayStation 5, oh, it's a weapon. Oh crap, that's a good day. That's a weapon. Holy crap. So if you're not doing that, then the Pro is crazy at a slim. Like, I got a disc drive for one of my Pros. I don't have one for the other one. I'm like, screw it. But they're small. The Pro is so freaking small. So you're getting like a double. If you didn't get the slim PlayStation and you're going from the big one, it's crazy. So, you're getting that one. So that's that over there. Yo, what's up, Steve Leone? Member of 25-month Ultimate Grinder. Gets all the music. And a top tier comes down from the Frosted Glass room. Steve Leone coming out of the Frosted Glass room to talk to the Grindhouse. Ultimate Grinder. He goes here. Hey, I just ordered 2 PS5 Pros. Getting them on Saturday. Need to have backups. I'm not paying $900 on something not worth it. I got 4 PC built worth of parts. We'll see if AI crashes. We will see. Dude, AI is going to crash. That's coming. It's coming. That one's coming. It is coming. It's coming. Yes, it's smaller than the Slim. That's right, but it's small. Like, when I got it, I was like, whoa. I thought the Pro, you think all that power, you think like it's much more powerful. It's going to be huge. It's crazy how small it is. You're like, oh my God, this is it. That's it. So, no, thanks. Steve Leone got 2 of them, man. He ordered 2 of them. He said, give me a him and hers. That's what he said. He said, give me a him and hers. But granted, you know what? Like, we can't pretend that Xbox is not doing anything, right? I see all these Xbox guys getting a little excited, getting a little bulge here. Calm down, Xbox guys. We got you. We got you. Don't worry. We'll put some cold water on that little bulge that you're talking about right there, you Xbox guys. You're excited because you got some horse shit going on here, and your horse shit was in October. It was a Halloween horror show. So let's not talk about like Xbox. This is their second one. All right. Microsoft did 2 of them in 1 year. Just putting it out there because all of a sudden everybody thinks like Xbox is giving out freebies. That's right. Pause, Don John Sean. I saw a little bulge in the chat. I was like, whoa, these Xbox guys are getting a little excited. Getting a little excited. We got to throw some cold water on their ass. Starting to hump the walls and shit. We gotta take care of that. Yeah, Colt things would say it was disgusting. See? He had a little bit of a bulge. He's like, whoa, we got to throw some cold water. Start humping legs and shit. We got to take care of that. We got to take care of that. That's right. We got to take care of that shit. Throw some cold water in there. Yeah, humping the legs. Yo, we'll put that bulge away. Pause. There we go. There's some cold water. We'll throw this shit on there. Look at this. Dude, let me tell you one thing. This is a horror story. You want to know why this is a horror story? Because that is the same old-ass console. You didn't get a Slim. You didn't get a Slim. You didn't get no revision. You got some Aaron Greenberg stripping glitter thrown on a box. And they said, increase that price 2 times. They were an Xbox 2 times. Got to get the papers. Dude, let's increase the price. They did it twice. All right? So, chill. All right? Put some cold water on it and chill out. This shit sucks all around. Yours sucked extra hard. Pause. but it stinks.
Where's the lamb sauce?
$7.99 for 2 terabyte old ass Xbox that was available at 2020. That's some robbery shit. You released a brand new console you released an upgraded console two years ago, and it's $100 more. And 2 terabytes. So calm down. Everybody getting screwed here. Everybody getting screwed. Nintendo's gonna be next. So Nintendo guys, calm down too. Don't start humping legs. Well, watch the Switch might be in trouble too. That's right, Nelson Game. He got the joke. Johnny 2 times. Gotta get the papers. Gotta get the papers. Goodfellas. There you go. Good. I'm glad we got some Goodfellas fans in the crowd that understand this. We got some Goodfellas fans in the crowd. They knew about Johnny 2 times. Xbox said increase the prices. Increase prices. They did it. Xbox 2 times. Phil Ness 2 times. So yeah, it sucks all around, dude. It sucks all around that these prices are going up. We're screwed together. That's right, Josh. We're all screwed together. You know, it sucks. So, but everybody got to do what you got to do. You know, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm suggesting right now they're doing a promotion. Trade in that PlayStation and get the Pro. Xbox, I don't know what to say. Get a Project Helix, be PLC. I have no clue.
You're my #1 customer.
I can't give you good Xbox advice because I don't know. The best thing to do is don't even start over there because I don't know where your games are going to be. That's the problem with Xbox over there. Like, you don't even know what's going to happen to your games. Are they going to be play anywhere? Are they going to be cross-platform? Are they going to work? Should I buy 360 games? Is that game going to work? Xbox right now, their store is a disaster. My advice is to buy a PC and go to Steam, or buy a PlayStation and enjoy PlayStation, or get a Switch. Those are the only definitive platforms where you can confidently buy games and know that your future is secure. Xbox, I don't know. I wouldn't buy anything from an Xbox console right now because I don't know what Project Helix is going to be or what's it going to do. That's my honest advice. You know, it may be part of a Play Anywhere program. If it's Play Anywhere, then you may be good. But if it's anything but, he's coming, Nate Dogg. He's coming. The dogs looking out of each other. Nate Dogg asking for TimDog. The dogs, I don't know. Tim said he'll be on in a few minutes. I got the room's open. TimDog come in. The Grindhouse door is open. The fires are burning. And we're waiting to get into the Xbox conversation when TimDog comes on. He's coming. They better come. Let me let's see, make sure. Let me double check my shit. Let me double check my stuff here. Say he's coming. Yeah. We're going to have to talk to some TimDog. We got to find out what's going down. I was in a couple of, spaces with them. I didn't want to do another space. Who let the dogs, who let the grindhounds out? That's right. But yeah, like, still, we got this stuff. That's my advice. But for Xbox future, I don't know where their store is going to be, dude. I don't know. If you would buy a 360 game on backwards compatibility on an Xbox right now, or you go through that Xbox store and it's not Play Anywhere, and you plan on getting a Project Helix in the future, I don't know. And they don't know. Will it be compatible? Will it play all your games indefinitely, or will they be rolled out over time? And they'll do like top 20 games at launch, and then over time they'll be adding more games, and you got to wait for your library to kind of migrate over. I don't know. But that sounds more like them than everything being their day one simplistic. Because they're not being clear on it. And I don't know, will they talk about it in June? I think they're just going to keep using Play Anywhere as a kind of that crutch, as that bridge.
You're my #1 customer.
Because that's kind of what they've been telling devs is basically, where your stuff, like, if you're going to build something for Xbox, build for PC first, and then that will ensure forward compatibility because the Xbox is a PC. The next Xbox is, at least. And whatever's remaining on the Xbox console, as you know it, the series consoles, which I specify here, those games may all work through emulation. And if they do they work natively, or do they have to be supported like backwards compatibility and kind of announced at 10 or 20 every month coming? Or do you boot it up and you have 500 games on your Series X console and 500 games show up on Project Helix? That will be wonderful. But I don't know. I don't know.
You're my number one customer.
Because they told you that Asus ROG Ally played all your Xbox games, and when people asked for more details, they said, yeah, it plays them through Play Anywhere, but if you want all your Xbox games, you could stream them from your console on the ROG Ally. So they're available. It's like, excuse me.
Everything that we are doing with our content,
Excuse
with
me.
our our
They
cloud
legit said
and
that.
community.
They legit said that. I'm like, excuse me. You mean they're available through streaming from my console, so it does play all my games? Oh, yeah, they said that. Oh, they said that. So I don't trust their messaging. They are wordsmithing everything. And that is the problem that I have, that they pulling on heartstrings right now. They're pulling. I got to make sure I get these 2-member renewals right here. Hold on. We'll get you guys. Cooking right there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Glassdoor game with the 5. He goes, PlayStation will subsidize. Thank you, Glassdoor. We're gonna give it his crowd. Let's go. Double super chats in here. He's getting us close to taking 5 members to the balcony. He goes, PlayStation will subsidize PS6. PS5 base is still being subsidized. It's the Pro where they remove most of their subsidy. It's still the cheapest option. And then he followed up that with saying the future isn't secure on PC. Big Tech wants you to rent your personal computing. NVIDIA, Microsoft all want that little entry box to connect to the cloud. Yeah, they were pushing that too. Remember that? They thought all that stuff was going to be like gateway drugs, like gateway stuff to the cloud. And shout out to AK Dusensible with the 2. He goes, I just bought a second Pro. Got 3 PS5s for sale. Whoa. AK Dusensible, man. He cooking. He's selling them all. Everything must go. Well, yes, we got the Mario movie, Neil. That's right. We got the Mario movie, too. It is crazy, man. It is crazy. The Mario movie. I know. It looks awesome. It does look cool. But yeah, like, you know, will they subsidize the PS6? My thing is like, I don't know if we will see these PlayStation prices again. And the reason why is that, you know, how often do they go, oh, you know what, the everything is good now, let's go back to the original retail price. I don't think that's happening. But I think what they'll do is probably maybe put stuff on sale. You know, maybe as things get better, they'll put more on sale, and then it'll be back to the prices that it should have been. I don't know, man. I don't know. And the PS6, like, what everybody's saying that's going to be $1,000. And you want to know why? Let's know why. Because it's the same goddamn people. It's the same people saying why. They go running around with the messaging. Why? Because they know that the Project Helix is going to be a very boutique item, and it's going to be a very expensive PC. And they want misery loves company. And they got to say, well, now that PlayStation is $899, you know what? The PS6 will be the same price as Project Helix. And we win. You know what? I always told you this. I'm sick of this friggin' hardware talk. I am sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Sick of PS6s and Project Helix. I'm pissed off that Microsoft even did the horse shit that they did. And talking about Project Helix because they suck so bad this generation, they're doing it again. It's friggin' annoying. We should be talking about the great games that are taking advantage of the hardware that we bought already, bitches. The money that we spent already, we should be excited for the content that we're gonna get for it. That takes advantage of the shit that we bought. That's what drives me insane.
You're my number
Pisses
one
me
customer.
off. That stupid Xbox sucks so friggin' bad that they had to go pre-ejaculate on goddamn new generation hardware. They're like, oh, we got to talk about the project. Shut the fuck up. That's what I want to say. Stop it. Get him in here. That's right. You're facing the wall. Get your ass in here. Yep, that's right. They want to hear you. They want to hear you because they want to hear your words. You started this shit. You crying? You get over here. Go ahead. Talk to them.
Stop. Enough.
Get back in the wall. Face the wall. They suck so bad. Premature hardware. Thank you, Josh. They suck so friggin' bad that they had to go and talk about some bullshit new hardware. And GDC, they had to come out and they had to go, oh, we need some new hardware to talk about. We can't talk about everything right now, but we're going to talk about. Shut up. You can't even sell the shit at Target. And you're talking about Project Asshole. You got to be kidding me. I'm sick of this hardware talk. And now we're going to do it all again. And how much is going to be, and whose friggin' DNA is going to be in there, and how much RAM is going to be in there, and the goddamn hard drives, and how much friggin' Hovis methods, and vapor chamber on my assholes, and all this horse shit. Is it going to have a disk drive? Is it going to be dickless? Is it going to have dicks? I don't this, and no dicks. I don't want to hear it. But this is what we're doing. Because Microsoft had to pull down their pants and say, we got to talk about something new. Because we suck again. That's right. You suck again. We can't sell the trash that's on our shelves. But we're going to talk about some new stuff. And now, what's it going to do? Is it going to play my games? Is it going to play Steam games? Is PlayStation going to be there? Oh my God, dude. Let's talk about the friggin' games on the shit that I spent that. Goddamn, who bought 3 goddamn PlayStations? AK Dusensible bought. Let the man enjoy the games on his 3 friggin' PlayStations. I don't want to talk about PS6 horse shit. I don't care. Cerny, take your goddamn data copy looking ass and go work. I don't want to hear it. I don't want AMD and their horse shit. And goddamn NVIDIA trying to shove goddamn 7080s up your ass. I don't care. Stop. Get him in here. Get over here. Yo. Come in. Stop looking at the wall and working on something at Xbox. Talk to them. Talk to them.
Stop. Enough.
Again.
Stop. Enough.
Again.
Stop. Enough.
Again.
Stop. Enough.
Get back to the friggin' wall. Face that wall. Don't look at me. Look over there. Enough. I just want to enjoy the games. Enough of this hardware shit. That's all they're talking about. What good's the hardware if you can't use it? Bitch!
I don't play this game.
Nah, my friggin' rant is done. Pissing me off. I'm sick of the hardware shit. We're looking at prices of old-ass hardware increasing by $100, $150. And these bitch asses are talking about new shit that doesn't even exist yet. Like, where's the logic in that? Meanwhile, all these games are coming out. I got the Crimson Glaze all over. Pause. Phil. I got Crimson Glaze.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look.
We got GTA 6 finally coming out. Dude, I had a full set of hair when that shit was announced. Fucking, I got 2 strands. I got 2 strands of hair now on my head. I had a whole curls and all. Now I'm plucking at hairs when that shit was announced. It's coming out this year. And we're talking about new hardware that might not even play the shit. What is this about? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is this about? They're talking about Project Helix, and they got to go, GTA comes out this year. I don't know if Project Helix is going to play it. Shut up. Shut up. Enough. Like, it just annoys the shit out of me. And again, you want to say, oh, ponies be blaming Xbox. Damn goddamn right. I'm blaming Xbox. Because they're the bitch asses that decided to kick Phil Spencer and the lovely Sarah Bond to the curb, pretend like they have been erased. They basically put a bag over Phil's head, threw him in a goddamn white van, and threw him in the friggin' Everglades. Sarah Bond, her friggin' profile still says she's the president of Xbox. I think they put a bag over her head, they threw her in the Everglades. She gone.
You're my #1 customer.
Fucking erased. Fucking Satya SWAT team came in there and fucking said, you're erased. We're deleting everything. It still says president of Xbox. It still says fucking president of Xbox on Sarah Bond. Like she never existed. No career move. Nobody hiring her ass. She don't say shit. She's been erased. Satya fucking erased her from. He said, "Go pilot, erase her." He fucking erased her. With Sarah Bond gone. Fucking gone. We haven't seen a picture of her. Been frozen in time. Sarah Bond fucking gone. The lovely Sarah Bond is gone. Never existed. Phil Spencer, dude, people got Phil Spencer's handwriting tattooed on their ass cheeks from this man. They flew across the world to meet Phil Spencer and touch him. And then said, I will touch Phil and I will spread the word of Philness to all my countries. Phil Spencer left overnight, gone. We don't know where Phil is. The last time he showed up, he had a freaking Asha owns his ass picture. They turned Phil into the freaking goddamn Asha sex slave. I don't know what the hell is going on with Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer was he's like, I'm not, dude, he was following Asha around like he a bitch. He went around GDC that he was like Asha's bitch. Phil had a goddamn ex, he had what's his name, Todd Howard driving his Uber ass all over the place. Phil Spencer had Todd Howard, leather jacket, driving Phil Spencer all over the place. Phil's like, I want a pizza. Phil's like, I want some In-N-Out burger, bitch. And Todd Howard's like, okay, Mr. Phil. And he drove his ass to In-N-Out burger. He's like, I'm hungry. I got the munchies. Todd Howard's like, where you want to go, Mr. Phil? Now, Phil Spencer running around, Asha's bitch. Man, he wore a sticker that said, Asha's assistant. Dude created Xbox 25 years. And the person that took his job, you imagine walking around with the person that took your job and you got to wear a sticker that says, hello, I'm Asha's assistant. Yo, the disrespect for Phil Ness. They destroyed his ass. This is crazy shit.
You're my number one customer.
Some crazy ass shit. That what we've been. He did this. That's right. Now it's with the 2. He goes,
relax. You've been erased.
Yo, Zerabon gone. Fucking erased. Satya had the freaking co-pilot team. Erase her ass. You know, you guys, you think, see, this is the thing. People think that I'm lying. You think,
You're my number one
you think
customer.
that I am lying. Where is her name is Bond? Look, you think I am lying. Dude, this is the thing. I support my chaos rants with some facts. This is not some lie bullshit. Sarah Bond, she gone. Somebody got to go find her. She frozen in time. February 6th was the last time she was seen. She's still president of Xbox. Where is she? She gone. They put her. I don't know where she is. They did some goddamn MTV goddamn kidnap shit on her. They came in the middle of the night. Satya's like, you're mine now. They threw her in the back of the Xbox van and fucking threw her in the Everglades. Where is Sarah Bond? She wasn't on. They some bullshit. When they had that whole celebration over there with Asha, they're like, oh yeah, Sarah Bond was there. She's somewhere in the crowd. Some Where's Waldo shit going on. Fuck, where's Sarah Bond? She's the president of Xbox. And then, you know what else is so funny? Not one fucking person, not one fan asked who the next president of Xbox is. This is some crazy shit. The president is gone. Who's the incumbent? Where's the next president of Xbox? I don't know. Steven Leone with a goddamn banger. Banger.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
He with a 20 drop. He heard me ranting like a nutcase.
Activate.
Oh, shit. Steven Leone got the 20 bomb. He taking everybody to the freaking balcony. Yo, the balcony's shaking right now. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Steven Leone, with the bombshell.
Stop.
Huggy,
Enough.
shut up. I'm celebrating with the grinders right now. My man Steven Leone just took 20 people to the balcony. There's shit creaking up there. Fucking they're gonna fall down off the balcony. There's 20 people up there jumping up and down. Holy shit, they got him. Steven Leone in the house. Look at these grinders cooking. Holy shit. You need to take a breath. Where's the president of Xbox? Anybody asking? They just replaced all of Xbox with a fucking Terminator right now. The Oceanator. There's some real life goddamn Terminator shit going on here. I feel like we're living in the Terminator. They asked Asha, they got Asha, how's Xbox doing? No problemo. Oh shit, I'm a robot. Asha, what are you gonna do? I'm a nerd that's learning computer. I do learn. I'm going to be here. Yo, they got rid of Xbox and put a goddamn Oceanator up there.
Game over.
Game over. What are you doing here? I'm a neural net processor, a learning computer. The Xbox Copilot Net. Oh shit, Asha. She don't talk. I never heard her talk yet. She hasn't greeted anybody. Oceanator. Fucking Oceanator. There's crazy shit going on here. But it just drives me crazy about this hardware. We're seeing old ass hardware increase in price, and these bitch asses are talking about shit project assholes. It is craziness, man. It is craziness. Talking about new hardware while the old hardware is increasing prices, and nobody knows the next president of Xbox. It's some conspiracy shit going on in these streets. There she is. Thank you, Don John. Fucking Oceanator. Fucking robot. They replaced everybody with an Oceanator robot. Holy shit. We had Phil Spencer, the fucking lizard. He was goddamn V. That's what Phil Spencer, the snake man, that after he was done interviewing, he peeled off his skin like V, and he's fucking the lizard man underneath. And then we went from fucking V to Oceanator, fucking Terminator now. This is craziness. We had the lizard man Phil, snake oil. He pulled off his man. I'm done with the interview, and he pulled. He ate mice. He ate mice. He pulled off his skin. He's fucking V. Phil Spencer. I don't know if you're too young to know what V was, but it was a kick-ass show on TV. But that was the reveal of Phil Spencer. See, I got. You know what? I don't lie. Here's Phil Spencer right now after the interview. See. Look, I'm not lying. I got the facts. There's Phil Spencer after an interview. He's done. That's right, Phil. I exposed your ass.
Like I'd have to go back and look at this.
There's Phil after the interview. They peeled off his skin. There's Phil. This is all Phil interviews. This is what happens. This is behind the scenes of a Phil Spencer interview. We went from V to Terminator. It Phil Spencer after a FanFest. He goes, oh man, those guys sucked ass. I gotta take off my skin. I need a break. Snake oil Phil, there he is. After the interviews. I got some behind the scenes footage. You think I don't have spies out there? I got spies. I saw Phil after the meetings. This is what happens. Rips off his skin. That's what Sarah Bond is. But grinders, let me get through these two. Fuck him with the Oceanator. Yo, AK2 Sensible. The Mothman. Oh man, the Mothmans. Yo. It says, I brought back my second Pro. Okay, I got that. Glassdoor says a subsidized PS5 COVID when RAM cost 3 times. Uh-huh. They subsidize the PS. They're subsidizing. Simply own taking 20 people to the balcony. Glassdoor game with the 2. He goes, Soros is already game of the year. Yo, they did cover that. But Xbox is you know, their whole shit right now. But yo, Soros is freaking hot. That's what I mean. The games are coming out. We're talking about hardware. That's right. Nelson said we've been erased. And Jenna Hayes says Phil is editing the Kama Sutra with Asha. Oh, she looks like a mob boss. TimDog is coming on. That's right. There he is. TimDog.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, man? Sorry to keep you waiting. I was on a little rant there. I was going a little wild there.
That's fine. I'm just trying to see if I can I mean I can do it. I'm just trying to fix my my voice settings 1 second.
I hear you good. I hear you good.
Uh,
I see
I
Link
just,
is here. Hey, what's
I
up,
might have-
Link? I see Link is in here.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up? What's up,
All right,
Jay?
I'll
Yeah, what's
just
up?
go to my head. I don't care.
No,
Let me
oh
see,
yeah,
let
you
me-
need how you doing, man? How's everything?
Good. How's everything with you?
Going good, man. I was just ranting about the friggin' hardware, like watching this hardware increase in price, man, and we're talking about new hardware. I'm just like,
Yeah,
dude.
well, I think even Sony is in a bit of a quagmire too, because the overall economy right now, I mean, we're not going to go into that conversation, but the overall economy is really, in my opinion, forecasted to be very, very bad for the next couple of years. So, buying a console is Sony. Put it this way: if Xbox is coming in 2027, I think that hurts them now because of their price and also because of the economy. Now, if Sony's 2028, that's once again Sony gets lucky and they can weather the storm here. But you know the fact is that I had a conversation with Sean Layden last year about this, and basically the companies now, the industry now, let me preface this that we didn't think the economy was going to do this when we had this conversation, but the preface is that they realize that you guys buy games, so you guys basically go crazy. But if the game or the system warrants the price, you guys are going to buy it. So the old days of them kind of catering to outrage and boycotting and all that stuff are pretty much over. And moving forward, they understand that gamers are very, very dedicated to gaming, and they're willing to spend money. Now, when you understand that, and that was the way of thinking last year, that's why you're kind of seeing these prices all over going up. Now, the problem is that if these consoles come out, you're in the $1,000 range. Like Sony, let's say they were gunning
Yeah,
to
because
have a
they're right at $9,
$700.
right? Yeah, they're right up there.
Yeah.
Xbox is at 8, PlayStation at 9. Yeah.
Right. And these are last gen consoles,
Yep.
and so the reality is that they are raising the prices, but they're also conditioning you as consumers to realize that gaming is going to be much more expensive. And we actually, Sean and I had the conversation about GTA 6, and this was he agreed with me, but I was making more of the points. But the point is that GTA 6 is going to be another thing that ushers in a new pricing dynamic, I believe. And, that's also going to further hit our pockets. Now, like I said, when we had this conversation, we're not, the gas was what, $3, $4 a gallon?
Yeah, I'm sure that's affecting, yeah. Well,
Yeah, and in a
shipping.
month it might be $6-7. So the reality of buying into your services like PSN and Game Pass, if you're doing it monthly, you might look at those things, and you might also look at buying games and buying consoles as something that you once could afford the luxury of doing, but now it's just at the point where you can't.
Yeah, so you don't think they're going to go back down on these prices? They're just going to keep it additive.
No. Yes.
Yeah, so like
Well,
it's
I
just
mean,
going to be
listen,
additive.
yeah, right now it's a very tough time.
Yeah.
The problem is the next generation consoles. How far are they going to take us?
And that's the thing. Like I think that the conversation of next generation consoles, I think it's too soon, man. I'm just like,
yeah.
I think Microsoft. I think they obviously their console for what it is. I think would agree that the next Helix is going to be totally something inherently different than what they've been shipping with a series console, and I think that's kind of their pivot is like they're willing to just say we want to move on to something else, and we got to let developers have enough time. That's why I think they announced at developers conference, because they got to let them start developing, thinking PC first, and we'll get it to work on whatever Project Helix configuration there is. But to start, if you're going to make something now, start thinking about the Windows Store and the Xbox Store, because that's kind of where we're going with this stuff, like the Project Helix Store or the Windows Store, basically.
Right, and that's going to tie into that our other conversation about exclusives and not. But as far as the hardware, as far as the hardware now, we're adding a whole different qualifier, or you know, we're adding a whole different thing now into the mix with the economy and the prices, because now if Xbox was going to do Helix, and that's, you know, a different strategy as we talk about, but you're also talking about something that's going to be $200 to $300 to $400 more than a PS6. So now you're putting yourself really in a bad corner. And we had talked about this on my space, like, you know, the Helix is probably not a good idea. And I'm sticking to that. I don't think it's a good idea, especially now, but how do you get yourself out of that deal? And I don't think there's a way out of it. Or can you delay the hardware where you can launch in 2028? Because to me, at 2027, and this is just like this conversation now is now new. As of a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we wouldn't even have this conversation. We
Yeah, it goes
weren't.
all next year.
But now 2027 to me is a death trap for Xbox in this
You're my
project.
number one customer.
It's in a bad situation. You're going to launch a $1,300 console. Like, you just shoot yourself right.
And the RAM
foot.
is super hot. Yeah, like all the components of it too. It's a RAM and all those other things that are going to cause the price of it. And also, I didn't think that they're ready. I think this actually might benefit them in their software end, because I think they're so quick to rush stuff. Like, look at the Xbox experience last year. That shit's still in beta, and they renamed it now to the Xbox mode. Like, that shit not ready for Xbox mode. That's still a full screen experience. That thing not ready.
They're notorious for making mistakes.
Yeah, they do that.
And that's like something that they've been doing for decades, or, you know, since
they're impatient.
Beta, what was it? Beta is the future, or whatever.
Yeah, we'll just ship it in beta. Yeah,
that's not a smart that's not smart. But the thing is that, can you delay it? And also, then now you're delaying your hardware profile.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't change the hardware, right? Because you're now. I don't know. I mean, if we had maybe Mike on the show or somebody else, but like, to change the hardware and to change the contracts and to change everything, you know, they're in a tough position now, because they're gonna have, if they set for a 2027 launch, which it sounds like they are, maybe they're not, but if it is, now you got this whole situation. If they're in a 2028 window, then that's a whole different story. Then they're good. But then they're going up against Sony, which is also a death card. So, you know, you got them in a situation where they had 2 years of just complete incompetence and complete fairy tale selling to you know, their fans, and they lost trust, they lost share. But now you got a situation that you're going to dig yourself up from a pretty mighty hole. But now you have all these extracurricular things.
All this other stuff now that's affecting it. Yeah, and I wanted to say, and this is a good point here. D with the 10, he goes, wasn't the rumor that GTA 8 is $3 billion spent on this game? $3 billion copies. Do the math. Divide by $70. That's like 42 million copies to break even. Yo, D, you bring up a good point with GTA. This is the thing I think with GTA and the hardware. GTA is going to cause an influx of still purchases, and I think, like we were saying, like at the price, like what Tim was saying, and if people like, okay, they're not paying attention to these price increases. Xbox increased their price twice last year. PlayStation did it last year. Now this is their second time. And now they're just like, well, wait, GTA 6 is out. I got to go get myself a console, because that's where it is. And I think we're going to see people just buying consoles, maybe buying the cheaper ones, and maybe not the pros, or maybe what it is, but is going to cause a second wave of console purchases of this generation. Sure. And I think the biggest problem that Helix faces, and not the PS6, but the Helix, is that if it is a PC with an Xbox mode on it, is Rockstar willing to make GTA 6 compatible and give basically the PC version of that game, or the emulated version? Will they do that? And this is where Microsoft has not been very clear on how the logistics of Helix is going to work. Is it going to be all just automatic emulated, or do publishers need to give the green light to say, I want my game put on Project Helix? So, like, then we're in a whole backwards compatibility mode where we're waiting for publishers to agree on stuff. And is Rockstar willing to say, all right, well, you could put it on Project Helix, and basically it's an emulated version, but it's in a different thing. We didn't develop it for that, but you could do it. I don't know how it's going to work, but I think GTA 6 is really going to. I feel like GTA 6 is going to be like what the motion
off.
like Connect was, and what the second life to this generation. Like,
100%.
do you think that? Do you think that?
Yeah. I mean, somebody else is on the panel if they want to say.
Link. I saw. Sorry, Link. Yeah, Link.
I don't want to be dominant.
Link, you there?
I guess he's not. So,
all
right. So the situation, I was talking about this last year too. So, and this is also, another boom for PlayStation 5 is because, they're going to have the marketing, and yes, everything that you just explained is going to kick off the industry. That's why when people said consoles were dead, I'm like, you're clueless. Like when Destin was like going about that, I remember DMing them. I'm like, what? Don't you guys understand? So that's what I noticed people think of in the day. They never think a year ahead. GTA 6 is going to change. It's going to change everything, in my opinion. But one of those things is going to change is the price thing. I think it's going to come out as. I don't think it's not going to be $70.
No, I think
they're either going to. Yeah, I think it's going to be 100, maybe even more, or they split it up. They have to listen. If they charge 100, we'll get all pissed off. But are you going to really get? Nobody's going to miss out on it. Everyone has FOMO. They're not gonna. That's the one game that transcends everything. So yes, it's going to have an influx on the consoles. Yes, it probably can extend the lifetimes of these consoles because that game is going to be that massive. Now, you consider all that stuff. I saw Snap talk about Snap. He's a user. I'm sure you know him.
Yeah, I see him on that thing. Yeah.
So he put up a post about Ash and how she's done all good, and I agree with it. But I don't agree with the announcement of Helix because, in my opinion, if you look at the situation, the last thing you want to do is box yourself into something like that. And that's what they've done now. And this is the old same problem is they boxed themselves in these positions. In my opinion, and we talked about this last time, the way to go about this is maybe make Helix a third-party OEM and just say you don't even call it Helix, you call it something else. And you say, we're going to have our own traditional console and we're going to go after, a larger market because when you do the Helix, what you're doing is and this is what came up with Sarah, and this is why everyone started to really go crazy and started it within Xbox was because her plan was niching the store. So the problem with niching the store is you're bringing down the
she said everything was an Xbox, saying don't buy hardware.
Right.
You have it already.
Right.
Which I have that as the topic. Like that was the thing I wanted to say. Like, so you're saying that he was saying, I'm sorry, I cut you off, but basically that's
no, go on. I mean, it's basically what I'm going to say is that they're niching the hardware, and they're still probably niching the hardware with Helix. So that's another problem because you don't have an affordable baseline. Are you going to say the X and the S is going to stand up to that? I guess you could do that, but you have to redesign it. You can't have the same console. You have to, I would change the whole design. I wouldn't have it as a box. I'd have it something newer, and I'd have a different price point. But they have to explain this stuff, or they're still dead in the water. It's like, I've been optimistic since she's taken over, but I've always said from the beginning that this is not a situation where, they have to be on fire with good decisions for, 3 years for them to really feel confident about it. Right now, they're in. I was talking to somebody from Xbox about this. They're in the ICU. They're just trying to get out of critical condition.
That's right. They're trying to say like we got a pulse. We got a pulse.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a dim pulse. And they got to get.
But let me get your what you thought. So this thing officially came out. There was rumors that she ended this as an Xbox, but then it came out, and a spokesperson, again, not from her, but from a spokesperson, they said that she retired this as an Xbox because it didn't feel like Xbox. She is personally leading a reset of how we show up as a brand, said the Microsoft spokesperson. Now, I just want to give my thing on this is that I feel that people may be reading this as like she's going back to basics of the Xbox console, but I'm of the mindset, like you said, I don't really trust her because Microsoft hasn't gained a lot of my trust. I feel like when she's talking about console, when she's talking about the future, she's talking about bringing it back to Helix. Like this is an Xbox does not help them focus on the Helix, which is basically the Windows PC, Windows as an environment. This is an Xbox is like, oh yeah, the Meta Quest, you could play games on there. They don't want that. They want you on Windows. They want you on this Windows and thing so Satya can get his AI on you. So this is an Xbox muddies that water. That doesn't make you want a device. That's like, oh, I have it already. Thank you, Asha. I don't need it. So her nixing this definitely is in her benefit of merely focusing on this Project Helix thing that seems to be like her MO because she announced it, right? So this is her thing. So to keep the focus on that, I got to nix this whole Xbox is everywhere horse shit. No. Xbox is my Project Helix because this is the product that I want to push for the next 2 years. Right. And developers need to develop for it. When I say this is an Xbox, that doesn't get developers on board to develop for the Windows Store because they're telling them that my game is streamed on a phone. That don't get a developer in my Windows Store. So this promotion thing, this thing has to go. So that's what I thought on it. What did you think about her getting rid of it?
To be honest, I think the jury's still out. I think people are obviously waiting for her to make her pitch.
Yeah, she hasn't said
And there's, I have to say, I'm very impressed so far. I don't like the boxing of the Helix. In my opinion, I would have not done the Helix. I was always of the mind that the going with the PC, this niche product was a major problem because, they're dying to get back to you guys have to understand, they're dying to just get back into the Xbox One realm for hardware. That's all they need to do. They're never going to be $100 million console. I mean,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're not.
They're trying to get to 50, 60 million so they can have a viable store. So people can go into their store and buy DLC and buy games and stuff like that, and they can get that percentage that they want. With Sarah's this mindset or whatever that they're doing, she might have just set forth a plan that's just going to niche the store, and then that's going to just kill off hardware. So if it was me, I would have just third-party OEM'd it and said that's our pre-build market. You put Xbox mode on it, you do whatever you want, and then you come up with an idea with the console and maybe gun for a 2031. That's a real long card. Now, are they doing that? It's possible they could do that, but they have to communicate that. Now, the Xbox FanFest, I have to say, the very good sign. I didn't read you didn't send me topics, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, sorry, no, but that was basically all the stuff that you probably didn't talk about. This is an Xbox, was it? So the FanFest, which is crazy, Tim. And actually, before you get into the FanFest, let me say something.
Yeah, I don't want to dictate.
When VIPs come in there, we got to shout out Stephen Leone for the VIPs. He just dropped a bombshell right here. The VIPs in the house. Stephen Leone with another bomb in the train, and and there he is. And Data War became a VIP. But what's great, Tim, is that when we hit a certain number of VIPs, I tweet at Asha. And Tim, it is some scary stuff. Because guess what? We're going to tweet at Asha tonight. We just hit it. We hit a goal tonight. So we are going to tweet at Asha tonight. So Tim, you could tell me what you want to tell her, and I'll put it through the Grindhouse. But let me show you this. This is some crazy stuff.
You don't want me to say that because I'll just say something crazy. You do.
No, wait. I'm going to show you something, Tim. Wait a second. I'm going to. This is some crazy stuff. Like on March 3rd, we tweeted at Asha, and I said, wait, when she put that community thing up there, remember that community thing?
Yeah.
The
pictures.
Yeah. That thing. She put that community thing up there, and then we tweeted at Asha, and I tweeted at her, and this is some crazy stuff. I said to her, Asha, this is on March 2nd. Now that you met the Xbox community, can you please bring back Xbox FanFest?
Whoa.
Craziness. Boom. She says, in my first month, I heard clearly that our community values Xbox FanFest as part of the return of Xbox. We made the decision to bring it back to LA to recognize the players who've been with us over the years. Looking forward to celebrating together. I was like, yo, I scared myself, Grant. Grant, that is some crazy stuff right there. That is some crazy stuff. The OA member
Well-
5 months and counting. Thank you so much, VIP Grinded OA.
Well, I have to say about the FanFest. Last year, it really annoyed me when they did that with the FanFest.
Oh
'cause it
yeah,
was a
all
fan-
digital.
and then they also said that they were going to do something in the end of the year. I don't know. People
Somebody says
didn't
ask for
catch that.
Spellbound.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. They basically never addressed it, and I had known that and I had tweeted about that Phil was retiring, and I also said that people aren't happy with Sarah, which was all true.
Mhm.
But still, I felt that was a real disservice. So I do feel, and I don't talk to Aaron right now, probably because of the political stuff too. But I have to say, Aaron, from the fans' perspective, has always been about the fans. So I'm happy for him that they're having the Fan Fest, and I'm happy for the fans because that's something that was like near and dear to the fans. Like, I mean, I've went to 7
dude, that
of them.
Wagaman guy had to do it. Oh no, Ben Kenobi. Kenobi did it. He had
Yes,
to do,
Ben,
he
yes,
had his own
I'm
fan
friends with
fest.
Ben. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did it, and he spent his own money too.
That's
So,
crazy.
I mean,
Yeah, and
you
no
know
what's
what I mean?
crazy is that then like Greenberg went there. Like they basically
Yeah.
used his event. Like they went there. I'm like, dude, you should just had it. You couldn't fork up the money.
Well,
at
it
Microsoft?
comes. I mean, listen. I mean, that gets to a different thing. But I
So
mean,
weird.
they
were
should
there.
have. They should have given him. I mean, I think they did. Let me say this.
Hopefully they
had
did
given-
because that dude he
they-
spent
they
his
give-
money for that thing.
I don't really want to get into his business, but they did take care of him in some aspects. But he honestly, from his kindness of his heart, and I love Ben, and I'm friends with
Yeah,
Ben.
he is a nice guy.
He did that all on his own.
Mhm.
I remember the last thing we had talked about was he says, I think I have to start doing PS5 stuff because he's been an Xbox guy. But, when you do what Sarah did and Phil did, because people yell at me and say, yeah, listen, I want people to understand this. Phil is completely the most guilty of this. He let it happen under himself as a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
And he backed Sarah and that was his person that he backed. But listen, the problem that I told Phil and I told all these guys is they had zero accountability. And I still argue that those people that left there still has zero accountability.
They did nothing
wrong.
wrong. But Tim, let me ask you a question. How, and this is what that I was so happy getting you on, talking when this thing happened. I was like, holy crap, I got to ask you this. What you said this all happened on Phil Watch. How did Phil not have the budget for FanFest or decide not to have it when he loved those events? He loved them so being around. He loved it. How did Phil not have one, but then Asha could come in and have one? Like the money issue, the budget gotta be like what happened?
Well, it's obvious. Phil got $100 billion, and he basically was not getting. They basically tanked the brand.
But what is up with Asha? All of a sudden, got newfound money to do this.
So this is what happened with Asha. This is what I heard. So, and I'll take task. I'll even say Jason Ronald. Supposedly, Jason Ronald was in a meeting, and Jason unfollowed me, and he was against me in the way. Maybe I handled it the wrong way. But listen, everything that I said is now what they're saying. So they're the ones that should have accountability with this all. And so what happened was they came to Microsoft. They had some type of meeting, and it's like they basically said this is not working. We're done. This is going to be really bad. We need a restart. We need to have a different mentality. We need to have a different mindset. We need to change. And Phil probably signed off on it because Phil was retired in June. Like I said, when I wrote that stuff, I was right.
He was cashed out back then.
He was cashed out.
Sarah Bond was taking ROG, and he just said, yeah.
Right. He basically, but he was making her, I remember having a conversation in 2021 or whatever with Phil, and we were talking about like his heir apparents. And somebody mentioned Matt Booty, and he laughed, and he basically said that that's not the person. He says, it just shows you how people are off. And he was in that, and since then, since that portion, listen, from 2017, Phil always loved Sarah. Sarah's a very, very brilliant
Where is
person.
she, Tim? I just was talking about her before. She's still has president of Xbox. She's like been like thrown in the Everglades or something. She gone.
Yeah,
They erased her.
Yeah, they did, and I mean, it is what it is, but. So he basically backed her. It all blew up. They said, and then Asha came in, and I think what's going on with Asha is that they're basically having Asha set up to see if she can fix the unfixable. And if she can fix the unfixable, they're probably gonna, because she's really good in product development and stuff like that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna basically make her. She's gonna take over for Satya. So yes, Satya has a different mindset.
Because Hero Down
Gave her carte blanche.
Hero Down Under makes a good point. It says the same thing happens in soccer and stuff like that, where the new coach gets more support and more funding. Because like the other coach, we're not going to fund that old coach anymore because he kind of cashed out. He's proven that he can't win. So here comes a new coach. The Giants are going through it right now, right, Tim? We get to see that.
100%, yes, but 100%. But also, you had a situation where, like, the marketing money. Okay, I know this is true. So the marketing money was nothing, and also they were told what to market. They were saying that we're going to market the everything's an Xbox. But here's the catch: they hated it. All those people.
Everybody hated it.
So they were basically so marketing's gotten a breath of fresh air. They're giving a new start. Now, does that mean this is going to work? We don't know. FanFest is going to be a big test.
Yeah, June's going to be a huge thing.
Test.
Yeah.
You'll know. Listen, this is what I'm saying. You'll know if they're on the ball, and if they're on the ball, and this is like I said that then now they're out of ICU. Now they're in stable condition, and let's see if they can start walking. It really is. This is a process that's not going to happen. And I know how gamers are. They want to fix it that day. This is not going to happen in a day. You're going to have a lot of, they've trained fans. They've trained PS5 fans to expect Xbox games.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about that, but I can see that that's really a deep thing with them, where the fans are now, they don't want to hear that it's going to Xbox. Like there's gonna be people pissed off in June. That it's not coming to PlayStation 5 years.
You still believe in that? We'll talk about that.
No, I don't believe in that. I know that it's going to happen.
You know it's going to happen.
So when that happens, though, now you're going to have the whole exclusivity thing. Now, from what I gather,
how can they do that, Tim? They put Gears Ultimate on PlayStation
It sold 90,000. So,
but the reason why they did is because this is a prequel to that game,
Right, but here's the thing. It sold 90,000. Think about it. Now they're going into mostly everyone wants exclusives that's Xbox. If they play it on PlayStation, all those people that they're messing with their share. So it's catastrophic if they put it on PlayStation.
I agree. Like Tim, I agree. Like this, like they got to stop that shit anyway. But they started it.
But do I think? Yeah, 100%. They put themselves in a bad position.
And Satya loves it though. Satya loves selling the games over there. He was talking about it in his financial. You think if he stops putting games on PlayStation,
he has no clue.
But I'm saying he talked about PlayStation by name and Steam on how Forza was selling to his finances after he announced his money, saying, "Oh, we're so excited for the sales on PlayStation and Steam."
Here's the thing:
what happens if he says, "Oh, we're not putting it on PlayStation more"? Don't you think the investors are going to be like, "Well, what happened, Satya?"
No, the investors are saying, "Where the fuck's the store? What the fuck is going on?" So
they can't sell it on their platforms though anymore. That's the reason why they're putting it on PlayStation.
No, that was stupid Sarah's idea. Forza sold a ton of
they newfound money.
But here's the thing. That's just one game. You have other games and this is my point. You have other games like South of Midnight. You're doing more harm putting it on PlayStation.
I agree, but they're doing it.
Yeah, because Sarah did it, and Sarah's fine.
But Sarah didn't announce Fable. Sarah didn't announce Forza 6.
Yeah, they were all involved. They were all down the line. That was when Sarah happened. You have 5 executives that are fired, guys. That means there's going to be major changes. Okay, you got a CFO that's gone. He's been moved. You have a ton of moves that are coming down the line that are going to save them money. That are also the money that they save on there is more substantial than the money that they put.
Tim, they said
stupid
that about
these two.
Starfield, though. They said that they
Yeah,
said
but
that I
it's all
don't
in
need to put it
process.
on PS5, so
Of
I can make my
course.
money back on
Okay.
on Steam
So
and
this is what's going to
Xbox.
happen. So this is what's going to happen. They're going not to announce PlayStation 5 for years.
They're
And
not
then
going to announce
everyone,
it.
no, it's not coming. So when it doesn't come, what happens at that point is then everyone says, well, everything's going to be exclusive, right? That's not what's going to happen here. What's going to happen here is that they're going to look at every game individually and they're going to, they're going to just make decisions. Some are going to be timed. Some are going to be something exclusive. But for years, and I think a couple of 10 polls that they choose, they're going to make them exclusive. Now, they're not coming to PlayStation 5. Are they going to come to Steam? That's another question. In my opinion, fuck Steam. I wouldn't do it.
I
But
agree,
again,
but but
you're
we
talking in the Sarah context.
but
That's
we
what, that's
believe, but what we believe is what they should have been doing for the last 6 years.
100%. Why do you
now-
think I went fucking nuts?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you go to
nuts?
nuts? Exactly. And the thing is, it was just 4 games, and then they went ape shit.
Well, they lied.
And they put everything
that was
everywhere.
another thing.
Now they're gonna start doing it back. First of all, you said 10-pole games, Tim. Everything but Gears has been announced for PlayStation. Even Halo.
All right, well, I know, but the next
Think they're gonna
Halo
stop?
that's coming out. Yeah, why not? Why would why would they go back to something that was going to totally end them? If they put Gears on PlayStation 5, they're
Well, they already did.
But that was under Sarah. There's 5 people fired since then. 5 executives.
But Phil, it wasn't Sarah. Phil decide where games go. He said it himself.
Right.
Phil's like, I
Okay,
decide
well,
where the
Phil's
games
fired.
go.
Phil's gone.
No,
gone.
when
And
Phil
so
and
is
Sarah were there, it was not Sarah Bond saying where games go. It was
Okay.
Phil.
All
Phil
right,
said
yeah,
just
but
4
Phil-
games,
it
not Sarah
really,
Bond.
Really, it was Amy. But yes,
Amy
it
the
was-
Hood.
it was- yes, Amy the Hood. But the point is that everyone's fucking fired. Excuse my language. Everyone's fired. And when you fire somebody like that and you have a mass firing and you purge everyone and you're putting new people in, you're going to have different mindsets and different ideas than the ones that she had. So already you saw one casualty. That's Everything's an Xbox, which was the most moronic marketing campaign ever known to man.
It was stupid.
So now you have to get back to, hey, we care about fans. Guess what? Here's your bone, Gears. Now here's the thing. Let's say they do announce it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the optics if they do announce it. What happens? Everyone in LA, everyone loses the gas because
I told you on Twitter. This is kicking the nuts.
That's why that's why they didn't have FanFest last year, was because they saw the reaction when Phil at that event he talked about
And if they had PlayStation logos on everything, people be like, what the hell is this?
Right, exactly. So yeah, are they in a horrible position? Yes, but they have to start somewhere.
But if
you put PlayStation games, Jez, you're done. It's over.
I do. But first off, I have to say, like, Gears is a good indicator right here of this game, but they already put everything already. Like, one game is not going to change the 6 years of bullshit that they put on.
It's not going to be one game.
But it's going to create so much confusion going like, well, wait, you were just putting everything on PlayStation. Now we're not doing that anymore.
You know what confusion it's going to be? It's going to be people that that don't have PlayStation, that don't have Xbox, saying, holy shit, I want to get this game. What the fuck?
Well, that's what they need to do.
Now.
We know what they need to do, but they haven't done it.
Well, that's why we see they're going to announce. They're not going to announce PlayStation 5. So I'm saying that now, and I've already bet my account. If that
Why
happens,
would you do that?
Because I know that they're going to do it.
Are they?
I know,
so is this how you strongly feel? Let me ask you: is this how you strongly feel, or is this something that you've heard?
People I talk to, I know they're talking about it, but it's just obvious. I mean, it's just obvious.
It was obvious not to touch Halo, and they put freaking Halo on play. The guy would have got their Halo.
Not only that, they
shirt.
put a guy in a PlayStation shirt.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that just goes to show you why 5 people making millions of dollars, Harvard executives and guys that have 14 years.
But Tim, they were doing it because the game was not selling. Where's this newfound money?
They were doing it because they were trying to figure out how to get 30% margins because they were not making the money on.
So what happened to the margins now? They're okay with losing them?
The margins are all changed. They're not going by the same mindset. You cannot go by 30% mindset. 30% profit margin.
But they're losing money though.
Listen, they're losing money on COD. So this is one part of the problem. They have three problems. They got
a
Helix,
lot of problems.
They got Game Pass, and they got the exclusives. The first thing that you do is you say you're having exclusives, but you don't box yourself in and you don't say everything's exclusives. What you do is that you basically leave it up for interpretation. Because if you leave it up for interpretation, guess what? People go to the store and they say, you know what? They have that lingering. I really like the way Gears looks. It would look sick. I really the way the guy's cursing. Maybe they're really going crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. The guy said, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they're really going crazy. Hey, you know what? I'll just get this Series X. You know what? So that's the thing. If you don't, then you go, oh, my PlayStation 5. Yeah, I'm going to play it on the Pro, man. I'm going to play it on the Pro, and I'm going to love life. So the first thing I have to do is exclusives. And the second thing they have to do is they got to figure out what to do with Game Pass, COD. They're going to do some type of Microsoft Studio tier, and then they'll probably do something possibly with Netflix. They're going to have to do things, but you have to do things to try to get yourself out of a hole and get yourself out of critical condition. There's no way around it. Otherwise, you're dead. So that's the thing. Like we're talking about it, and people are like, "Well, what about this and this?" It's like, dude, if you go with Sarah's plan, you're dead. That's why they fired everyone. That's why they fired 5 people. They moved people, and they said, "This is over. This is all done. We need a new mindset." And that's why they're
the
hiring
mindset, Tim, is Windows. It's not bring back Xbox to the 360 era because Asha doesn't know. I should never know what Xbox 360 is.
Yeah,
their mindset is bringing people to Windows.
You agree, right? Do you agree they have to have exclusives?
I agree. Asha listens to me. I'm going to tweet Asha. I already tweeted Asha last week. I said, if you heard us, Asha, then why are you still putting games on PlayStation? I tweeted at her. I told her.
That's what you should do.
That's what I did. I'll do it again.
That's where I'm at.
But no, listen, I agree that's what they need to do, but I've been saying it for 6 goddamn years and they haven't done
100%.
anything. And now they put people in there that don't know anything about Xbox and they want to go Windows is the future of gaming for them. Project Helix, they didn't tell people, they got this horse shit where you build for the Windows app. Let me ask you, Tim, who asked for Windows? We bought Xboxes because we don't want Windows. Who is telling me that I want Windows in my next Xbox? I don't. Nobody does. All those guys going to FanFest and girls don't want Windows. We don't want it. So why are they giving it to us?
I don't know. Why? I got to see what to do. I don't know.
Why do I need to worry about Steam? I don't give a shit about Steam. I bought a console to play off of Steam.
If it was up to me, I would take everything off of those platforms.
I would, but they're not going to because they need the money. Tim, they're going to announce their financials, and I'm sure Xbox is face down, ass up in ET hole. The console is done, like it's cooked.
Yeah, the console's done 100%. But it's also down.
So like the money is not there. Like Amy Hood the last quarter specifically said Xbox was the reason why more personal computing was down. She called it out by name, and then that's why Phil left a month later. 3 weeks later, he gone. So they're losing money. Asha taking games off of PlayStation where Satya is excited about them selling and making a damn buck.
Listen, stop with Satya. Satya doesn't know anything.
But Tim, Satya put her in the position. Satya got her ear.
Okay.
She's not running around. Satya telling her
what to do. You know what he said? You got a clean slate. Just you're gonna do this. You're gonna build a product. You don't have 30% markers anymore. You could do what you want.
No, he didn't tell her that.
Exclusives. Yeah, he did. What do you think they did it? What do you think they're going with the same plan? If they were, they would have kept Sarah in.
He told Asha, don't worry about the money?
Yes, I think that I think he realizes that if you're going to have hardware and you can have a store, that yes, you have to do something drastic. They have to do something. They have to they have to do 4 things drastic, not 1, 4. And then that maybe gets them back into the game. Otherwise, they're dead. Now, what was I saying before under Sarah's when you had me on? I said, there's no way they're going to be able to do this. The only thing that they can do is to sell it off, break it into...
sell it. You would tell somebody buy it, yeah.
Right.
Throw it off.
That's the only thing. So now they're going to give it a shot. How far it's going to go? If I give it a 30% chance to survive. That's where I was at 0. Now I'm at 30. So
I saw
the
you did
reality-
your poll, and like 60% of people said that they said it's not going to be exclusive.
No, it was the other way. It was I just did
Oh.
it. It was I think you'll go pull it up now. It's
Yeah, I was pulling-
70.
You're my number
It's-
one customer.
It was
It went up
60.
61.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think Gears will be at, wait a second. What was the
Yeah,
thing?
that's the one.
Oh, you
I
think
have a-
Gears will announce PS5 at FanFest, and 68.8 said yes, that the PS5 version will be announced. 39 said no. And
Okay,
you're of
so
the
it wasn't-
39.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. I thought I did another exclusive one, and it was the other way around.
Well,
so I don't know.
the thing is, do people want exclusive? What I think is crazy, Tim, is that, and I'm sure this frustrates, I don't know. I don't know how you were pissed about exclusives, but you did hang around and waited, like, stuck around there. But the thing is,
I was pissed they lied.
yeah, well, they were about 4 games. But the thing is, Tim, they glazed the shit out of Phil, saying like more games, everybody plays, we all win, all this horseshit when they should be screaming
course.
exclusives in his face. Why weren't they doing that? Because as soon as he
everyone's
left, it's
afraid
like,
of him.
oh, the parents left. We could tell them now what we really feel like. Where
Because
was all
what
this when he
happens
was
in
there?
Microsoft is that they live in under Phil, they lived in a reality that they weren't accountable. So they had a culture of
Don't say
Like,
anything
you-
negative or about
don't say
against
anything
them.
negative. Don't let's pretend that like when people, the reason why Mike was fired was because Mike said we suck. Nobody on Xbox said we suck except for Mike, and that's where it got Mike
I
fired.
got his quote right here.
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh, that's Mike Ybarra right there.
Well, that's the truth. Is that Mike was a very real executive, and he dealt in reality. Phil, and I said this to people, and they agreed. Phil, unfortunately, put out this whole thing where he would jump to different scenarios. Now, this goes all the way back to 2016. This also goes all the
You're
way
my
back to
number one
2015.
customer.
And the first start of this was when they lost Call of Duty marketing rights. Now, I don't know if you remember this. At that point,
Yeah, I remember when they lost it. PlayStation. got 'em.
Sony had no games, sparse. We were
Yeah,
all
they had a
joking
lot of
about-
indies in the beginning of the PS4 generation.
Right,
Huh?
right, and they had no games. And what happened was that Xbox, because they were worried about money and they saw that they weren't making it, they started making these hedge bets or whatever, where they said, okay, well we won't spend money on the marketing. So they, which was horrible moves. And then like Phil would say,
That was
things like,
2016.
yeah. So 2016. So then Phil would say, "Oh well, I don't believe in exclusive content. Like, you're excluding gamers. That's not like he had this utopian view where like exclusives don't matter. That was the start of it. Very bad move. So what happened that time that they had all those games, if you remember, Sony still beat them with the PlayStation 4. That was a huge blow.
Yeah.
So then what happened was then the pressure started getting more. Meyerson's like saying, "Oh my God, this is horrible. You guys suck." And Meyerson then says, I want you to cut budgets. I want games canceled." Phil then in turn said, "Okay, what we'll do is we'll cancel Fable Legends, we'll cancel Scalebound, and we'll also cut funding in UK, which was another horrific bad move."
They're still
sure.
doing that. They're still fun. They're
Right.
still pulling the hardware off of the friggin' over there.
Well, if you guys remember, though, they had a soccer deal in UK with, I don't know, one of those soccer teams, and it was a huge, huge marketing deal, but it cost a lot of money. Phil in 2017 pulled it. But what happened was then they started eroding the market. So then Phil was like, okay, Xbox is going to go, Xbox is going to go away. We're going to just make it cloud and we're not going to make a console. He said, no. They talked about a $59, $60 dongle that had like a Chromecast.
Yeah, that little dongle thing.
And Mike Ybarra and Mike Nichols said, "You're out of your mind. Let's do console." So then Phil said, "Okay, let's do the console." But then when he did the console, he had to sell Satya, and what he sold him on Game Pass, which was a service which fit into their whole concept, because they want everything uniform. They want all the margins uniform. They want services and all that shit. So he sold them on that, and he also sold them on the cloud, which obviously we know Microsoft is cloud first company. Blah blah blah. So then that happened. Those things failed. Mixer failed. Then what happened is that they had the console. Then this is where it really got crazy. They had the studios because they said we need to feed the Game Pass. So at these points, these are all transitions that Phil's doing, and they're all things that he's saying. Okay, it's going to start.
So yeah, he
happening.
kept pivoting and all that other crap. But
Right. So
he did all that stuff.
Pivot, but it also, because I'm just bringing you down to the timeline, it also was things like,
they know. The grinders know. I lived it with them.
We all lived it, but he was selling them something like, okay, it's going to hit.
Snake oils.
So Game Pass was starting to really kick up. Okay, it was doing well. So then Satya's like, look at Game Pass. This is going to be awesome. We're going to have 100 million subscribers. So what happened is then COVID hit. And that was the worst thing that happened because that it gave them a false confidence because everyone was home and they weren't outside and they were playing video games because we were basically screwed by the government. And everyone was home, and then they had these numbers.
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Well, they were talking. Game Pass grew and all that other stuff. Right. Yeah, exactly.
So now you're living in that false.
But Tim, we're at another pivot point again. Yes, they're different people.
Right.
But Tim, you remember we shit on Donnie D about what, and Phil came back and said he's going to bring Xbox back to the glory days. And we had 10 years of horse shit. And now he's gone. Now Phil's the new Donnie D 2.0. And he has Sarah Bond with him. And now we're saying Asha's going to fix Xbox. And she don't know anything about Xbox, but she's going to fix it.
But I agree. That's all agree. But my point is that
it's like the Matrix. It's like the sixth time.
So we have pivots 8 times. So we have pivots.
Yeah, 8 times. And they always fail in the end.
So then what
Zion falls.
Okay, so what happened is though Game Pass hits a ceiling. That's the first marker that really scares them. The second thing that happens is that this stupid court case happens, and they get themselves in these positions where everyone's on. They go through all the things. Everyone sees it's an inside tell of what they do, all this stuff, what they said, all the comments, all the emails. Then they get to the this is my point. So they get to the point where they get it done. They finally get done. They spend a ton of money, a ton of energy.
Now, were you excited about the Activision deal? I think you were,
just
right?
Listen.
You liked the
Yes, I was wrong on that.
No.
I actually wrote emails. We were all writing emails. But anyway, they got past it. So at this point, Starfield's supposed to come up and everyone's supposed to go crazy now.
Exclusive.
Starfield's exclusive does moderate, doesn't do well. The shit hits the fan in December when the console doesn't sell at a crazy discount. Shit absolutely hits the fan. So then Phil is faced with another point where we're going to kill Xbox. He does another pivot and he says, okay, we're going to put all our games on PlayStation and then we're going to do this. This is an Xbox, whatever. Everything's an Xbox. And now we're here. So yes, we're on the 8th pivot. Is it a chance that they can come back? Very slim. But that's where we are. And that's the problem. Nobody took accountability. Back when Mike was fired, Mike was saying, what's going on? Bonnie sucks. She can't make Halo. These people suck. Can't make a good game.
Everybody.
And then what they did was they got rid of Mike because he opened up his mouth.
Well, they got rid of what's her name from Halo as well.
Right, but
and they went back to outsourcing again.
Agreed. But they only went after the fact. My point is that they've never taken accountability.
And they're not doing it now, though, Tim.
Well,
now they're saying, "Look at our new team." Like, look at
now. Listen,
they're making you try to forget.
They took accountability when they fired the whole freaking division. When they fired 5 executives. Okay, so now do you give them a chance? Probably not. You could totally say no, but you have to understand. They are now in the position where they're going to pitch you once again, and then you're going to decide. And that's where they're at right now. Do they deserve it? That's up to you. That's up to anything. But if they're gonna
Tim, what would you do if they announced a PlayStation? Like how? Like my thing is that we know what they need to do. You know what they need to do.
Yes.
I know what they need to do. The thing is that they have shit on Xbox fans all these years and glazed the shit out of them to follow their stupid things that they say were better for us, and it wasn't. Now they're going to do it again.
The first thing that
everything that they're doing, Tim, is Asha Asha could have said it's about Xbox. Why the hell are PlayStation logos in that partner showcase? If it's about Xbox, why is she doing that? That was under her watch. That was Asha's show.
Yeah, but that you can't really. That's a third-party show. That's
why
not
was
exclusive.
Steam and PlayStation were on there? Why was that?
I don't know. I agree with you. But
What's
it's
that
not,
on there
that's
for?
not-
If it was
you
bring
can't
back
really
Xbox,
you can't really go crazy again.
but no, I'm just saying, Tim, if she's willing to let that slide, though, Tim, listen.
But you
if she's willing,
show though.
yo, they had third-party shows before. They weren't showing no PlayStation logos and shit.
I don't know. We got to. Really
They never did, Tim. Tim, they never did. We always used to
that.
find out on the back end. They never did. And the thing is, that was under her watch. If it was me and I was saying we're gonna go back to exclusives, I would say get that shit ass logo off my screen. And Steam too.
But those games weren't exclusive though. So how
it doesn't matter. They don't do.
It doesn't matter.
That transparency shit is the stuff that Phil and Sarah did.
Okay. So they have hid that from people, and then they got called out a day later.
Why? Sony does it. PlayStation does all the time.
They all do it. So but that's the point. Here's the point. If those aren't exclusives, you're gonna have a game that's gonna be either exclusive or it's not, and that's Gears, and that's the tell, and that's what I said that a month ago.
So you put it all on Gears. That if it's Gears is on PS5, it's cooked.
You're all on Gears. It's cooked.
It's cooked. Helix is wipe my ass DNA. It's done.
Pretty much. Well, it might still be that because who knows? It might be $400, $1,500.
Well, I'm tweeting at Asha. The grinders have I got to get some of the grinders in here because they're the grinders are going crazy, Tim. You're poking at the bears. But we got to tweet at Asha.
What do the grinders want? They want PlayStation. They want Gears on PlayStation.
They say
there's your let me guess. They say, "Oh, you need money. You need money," because they
No, they didn't say that. I'll read it. I'll read what they said. Glaze Gamer says they changed. This is an Xbox to play your own way. Same thing, indicating third party. Even if Gears wasn't day one, it will come once it bombs. That's what. So you're saying that it's an exclusive indefinitely?
So now I don't know that. I know it's not.
So you're just saying they just won't announce it there, but that doesn't mean that it's an indefinite exclusive.
It could be timed. It could be timed. If they're moronic to put it timed, that's on them. But that's another thing. But I don't.
So what happens to your account? I don't want to put this on your account, but what happens to your account if it comes out after?
It's gone.
You're gone?
I don't. Yeah, I'm gone.
So even if Gears is later on, like if they do a Forza Horizon 6,
and guess what? I've already said that. No, I don't know. I'm just
like if they say, because Tim, don't you think that's some horse shit too, Tim? Where they announce the game for Xbox and then at the same announcement they go, "Oh, don't worry, PlayStation fans, it's coming to you later."
Well, then
they did that with Forza and Fable. They do it with Forza.
Yeah, then I cancel my account.
What happened? They do that at that show. Well, it's coming out.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. But they're not going to do that.
You're betting the house. They said, "Oh shit, Tim betting the house."
Yeah, I'm betting the house because all your fans are mostly PlayStation guys.
No, they're disgruntled Xbox fans and PlayStation fans. They're the grinders. We don't name them here. They're grinders.
The grinders don't want PlayStation to have the game. Let's be honest. If they're saying, if the grinders are like, yeah, put it on PlayStation, they're not Xbox.
No, but
guys.
they're saying, Tim, what I'm saying in the sense of like Microsoft has already opened Pandora's box. They have put all this shit out there. Fable just got announced.
We'll close
Forza
it.
coming out. Indiana Jones, Halo.
Go do a ritual and say, oh, look,
Tim, all this shit got announced already. You think that they start with Gears?
But that was under different leadership. You got new leadership.
Was this year.
So you got you.
It was this year. Fable January.
Okay, but who got fired? Asha thinks she got fired.
But she just.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Saying,
what's gonna happen at E3? What's gonna happen at the games to showcase? Is it gonna be a PS5 logo? Yes or no? Yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh, me? I think there's going to be a PS5 logo.
Okay, well then
I think so. I don't want to see your account go away, Tim, but I'm telling you right now.
Whatever. I'll come on your show. That's how
I'm telling you right now, they're going to show a friggin' PS5 logo, or they're going to do some horse shit where it's coming later for PS5 because Satya wants to sell his shit. That's why.
Listen, this is my point. They're not boxing themselves into every. They're gonna pick and choose. They're going to be case in case. Now,
what's left though, Tim? Halo, Gears,
what's
Fable.
left? I don't know.
What's
Blade.
left?
They got Blade. They got
Blade.
Elder Scrolls. They could.
Todd
pick
Howard
anything.
says he always wanted to put Starfield on a PlayStation. Elder Scrolls was going on PlayStation.
Right. Well, most likely, but they have games that they
What's
can
left?
put on. You know, I don't know. They have 40 studios, bro.
There's nothing, dude. There's nothing left. You just took your 10-pole games and put them on your goddamn competitor.
Okay,
What's left?
They could Forza
State of
7,
Decay?
they could, Forza 7. They could. Yeah, State of Decay is not coming to PlayStation. There's a game right there. Why would you put that game on PlayStation?
Because they're putting everything else on PlayStation.
It sells you 200,000 copies, bro. It's not worth it.
But it's not selling on Xbox either.
Yes,
that's why they need it over there.
But that's why if you make something exclusive and you make something, you might buy the console.
Buy a console.
Otherwise, you don't.
Store shelves.
Otherwise, that you don't. You're saying You're saying two things. You're saying obviously they should do exclusives.
Yes,
but then
I
you're
believe
saying
they should do exclusives and pull it.
So
but they're not going to because they're dumbasses.
Okay, that's fine. But when they come on, I'm saying that they're not, and you're gonna have no Gears. That's on PlayStation. I'll come on even if I cancel my thing, and then we'll talk.
Listen,
then we'll see if
they
we'll give
make
it a
Gears
chance.
exclusive. Congratulations to them because that's exactly what they need to do. But I'm telling you, that's the start. But what they need to do to bring back Xbox, they don't care because it's not about fucking Xbox. It's about Windows.
But then sell the cons and stuff.
It's about Windows. It's not about Xbox what it was
Windows
anymore.
Because Windows is selling like shit.
It doesn't matter. That's what then why would they go and say Windows is on Project Helix? That's what gamers want?
I don't know. That was because they got railroaded by.
Why would they go up there and say other storefronts are on this device when it's about Xbox?
Retarded. But now
thank you. That's why it's going to be on PS5 because they're stupid asses and they care about Windows. It doesn't matter
because even if they do have it on PlayStation, even if they do have the console, whatever you want to call Helix, there still has to be a buy-in. You still have to have exclusives, even though you're dead in the water.
What's
like
an
you're
exclusive?
saying,
You mean a Windows Store exclusive?
No, not on PlayStation.
Not on PlayStation.
So
you mean to go back what they did 3 years ago?
Yeah, why not? They should have never did what they did 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that was
right.
a moronic move. But now they're here. Now you have new leadership. They got to do something. If they don't do anything, then why would you even? Why would you get it? Why would you fire 5 people?
Because Tim, they're firing everybody with Xbox in their name because they wanted Windows gaming. That's who's left. Windows gaming and a guy named Booty.
Why would they call it return to Xbox?
Because she wants people.
And the reason,
Tim, they call it goddamn Windows PC and Xbox.
Why wouldn't they call it Microsoft Gaming?
That's exactly what Asha's name is. Do you want me to click on her name? She does not have Xbox in her name.
Why is she saying what she said? Return to Xbox.
Because she is taking people to return to the Xbox of the future, which is the Windows machine.
I don't know.
Tim, she started she gamed on an Xbox over the weekend.
Exactly, but if they wanted to get rid of Xbox,
what did she know about what Xbox Return was? She wasn't there. Phil was there.
I don't know, because she realizes that Xbox, whatever it was before, whatever that they fired the whole the crew of executives, that wasn't working. And the reason why they kept Matt Booty, who should have been fired,
I agree,
was because Matt's the guy that said, "Oh yeah, we can outsell Sony and we can outbeat them by exclusives." So there's your tell right there. The only guy that didn't fire is Yes, the only guy that did it. So obviously you see what's going on here is that he's the guy that basically said that Sarah's out of her mind. She screwed us. Phil's out of his mind. I don't care about him. And put me in the position, give me a promotion, make me whatever his position is now. And we're going to go with exclusives. Now, all that said, I agree with you. They're still in a bad position. Like I said, for them to even survive, I'm giving them 30%, 25%. But otherwise, I don't know they're a zero. They're either zero.
Tim, I think she is a con like all them all. I don't trust her because she is there. First off, it's Xbox 25th anniversary. Notice what she says, bringing in FanFest, celebrating the history of Xbox. So that they're trying to take whatever they got left of this Xbox group, right? and they're going to try to take them and migrate them over to Windows gaming. That's her job. Her job is not to bring back the 360, not to bring back the Xbox One. She is there to take whatever's of that 35, 40 million install base and say, go over to Windows gaming and we can start building there. And that's her job. And she's utilizing
what you're saying.
all that stuff. What's the problem?
Here's the problem. You're talking about Windows gaming like it's some type of lucrative platform. It's maybe it's lucrative on the
That's
app
where
side.
they want to go.
It never sold on
Tim, did you
Windows
see the
gaming.
GDC conference?
Listen,
I'm going to show you the slide.
Yeah, because they're developing, but they
yes. And what did they tell them to develop for? They told them to develop for Windows PC.
Right, because they're developing for.
They didn't
Xbox
say develop for
too.
Xbox.
It's basically all in one. It's the new UWP or whatever they want to say. You develop them once and it goes all over the place.
Why don't you just make it for Xbox? Why do I need a universal?
How many Windows gamers that play just Xbox games on Windows versus how many Xbox gamers that just play on Xbox? How many?
There's not a lot.
Split.
That's why they want them over there. How would you get developers to develop for the Windows Store, Tim?
They're never going to go there, though. That's
I know. That's why they suck all the time. They always make these bets. It's not going to work. We know it's not going to work.
But if they were going to go with it, you're talking like Sarah. Sarah got fired. You're fired because you're talking like Sarah.
I'm not talking like Sarah. I'm talking about what just happened at GDC.
But I'm talking about what just happened with 5 people fired.
Tim, you're asking me who's going. Who's going to next gen? I'm not no Sarah. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you right now what they just said, Tim.
That's what's her talking point. You remember when she did the interview, or she was in the interview and she's like, nobody games on consoles anymore, right?
Yeah, she's some horse shit she's talking. I know
that. Right, because
Tim,
she was of your mindset. She was like, "Yeah, we'll do Windows."
I don't want Windows, Tim. I don't want that shit.
I know, but the problem, what she was saying is that she niches the market. They have to try to get to 50 million, 60
You're my
million.
number one customer.
And then they can have a store. Then they can have.
They got a store. It's this Windows Store.
Right, but the store is say it's 30 million.
Nobody
now.
wants it.
It might be down to 7 or 7. When you just have one console that's selling. I mean, listen, how many consoles do they make? How many silicon do they have? Are they having multiple silicons? The point is that, listen, you're going to have to see what she does. You're going to either know. You're going to either know if she's floating, she's up for air, or Xbox is dead. You'll know in
June. Exactly.
Yeah, you'll know in June.
We'll know in June. But my whole point is, if you look at what they showed at GDC under Asha, it is developed for Windows, and then it will work. Let me ask you this question. Why are they calling the preservation program is how to put games? Like, why is it preserving? What are you preserving?
Because they're gonna put it. They want to just basically make a unified development system.
It's backwards compatibility. Preserving means something's going away.
It's UWA. It's UWP. But
they tried that already and didn't work.
Right, but this is a new version of it. Who knows if it's going to work?
That's why I said to him, it's not going to work. That's why all this stuff is stupid.
I don't know.
Why are they telling diehard Xbox console people that Windows is the future? Nobody wants Windows.
Listen, it's hard to quantitate anything right now, or to say this is what it's going to be, because we have really no idea. They could have another console. They could have a redesign X, and they could take away the S. There's options that they have. But obviously, what Sarah wanted is totally that's what I like when I talk to these people. Everyone's giving me her pitch. They're being Sarah, and Sarah's fired.
Look at the development model. I'm going to share my screen to you and show you. This is exactly.
I'm on my phone, but the point is that you're going to show me something that's been in development for 2 years.
I'm showing you what they just showed at GDC.
Right, but that's been in development. When was Sarah fired? They're gonna still put games on not PlayStation, on PC. You're still gonna have a cross buy. You're still gonna have the same type of setup.
Tim, look at this. The evolution of development. This is what it used to be. There was Xbox. Look at the PC was separate, right? Yeah. There's your Xbox and your Xbox optimized engine, Xbox GDK. Customized Windows, third-party. Look at the whole Xbox portion.
Yeah, you're basically talking about Xbox Anywhere,
right? No. This is developers to develop for Xbox and develop for PC. That is what it is now. and then they
Right.
got.
So you want to make one code. You want to make one
This-
code and it works.
It's unified now, and look what they're doing. They're saying now you develop for a unified GDK, which is the Windows SDK. What is the word that's not there anymore? There's no more Xbox anymore. There's no more Xbox
well, then
development.
why is she saying return to Xbox? It's
Because she's just glazing the shit out of her.
But you're just talking about Xbox Anywhere, which has been in
No, this
process
is
for
not
how
Xbox
long?
Anywhere. Xbox Anywhere means you make an
It's the
Xbox
same
version.
thing.
But no, Tim, you make an Xbox
It's the same
version.
shit, though.
No,
Okay,
you
it's a
make an
different-
Xbox version and you make a Windows PC version. That's Play
Right.
Anywhere. Now
This is
you don't need to
UWP.
do that
This is a-
anymore. You
right,
just make
but
the
this
Windows
is-
PC version.
Right. This is the UWP. This is what they were talking about in 2016, bro. In 2015.
Yeah.
This is what Quantum.
And it failed.
But now
And they're doing it again.
Right, and they failed. Who agreed? They're doing it again. I don't
And it
really think
failed.
that does. But it doesn't mean anything because if Xbox is selling and selling,
But how do you
consoles,
make
it doesn't mean
exclusives
anything.
in this environment?
Because basically you have a cross-buy. You could buy it on the Windows Store, which encompasses your whole Windows thing and satisfies SATA, even though nobody fucking buys it for there. And then it buys the Xbox version where you have a large user base that they want to try to get people like myself and like people that have left the system because they were basically, being retarded. Excuse for lack of better words. They were being
Tim, I'm just saying,
stupid.
like, where does the exclusivity come from here? If they're going to GDC just now, I
Because
should
you
announce
cannot
this.
sell, but you cannot sell something without an exclusive.
I
there's
know
nothing
that.
So they
You're
have
not
to
telling
do
me anything new. I know
Okay.
that.
So, but
That's
they
you
have
gotta
to
tell
do it. If
them.
they-
You
if
look,
they-
tell them.
Tweet her. But I'm telling
Oh,
you
I'm
right
telling.
now,
I'm
Gears-
tweeting her right now. I'm
Gears-
asking for
Gears is not going to have a
Scalebound.
PlayStation 5, and then what you're going to have is
I'm-
all these PlayStation
Grinders
guys
want a
that were saying
Scalebound.
they're going to say, "Oh, I'm waiting. No, you're beta testing me." That's what it's going to go out down to. Now,
No
if they
shit.
do,
That's exactly what's going.
exactly what's going to happen. But now, if they do put it on PlayStation, then that's shame on them. That I'll axe my account.
The thing is, Tim, I'm passionate. I understand. I'm agreeing with you. This is what they need to do.
I
But the
know.
frustration is that they won't do it is because the Satya is running the ship,
Okay,
not Asha.
so this is
And
what I
Asha
say.
doesn't
I-
know.
I agree.
Satya running this.
I'm saying I have to give her a chance. When she shows me she is the old guard and she's making the same mistake.
She's Satya's plant.
Okay, well then that's fine. She's a psyop. But if you want to call her
Because
psyop,
if it was
if you
about
wanna call her
Xbox, Tim,
psyop,
we wouldn't
that's
need
fine.
this shit. That's
we
the
have,
thing.
We have enough psyops.
See this
but I'm
screen?
gonna-
I wouldn't need no raps.
You're gonna know.
I
you're
wouldn't
gonna
need
know.
no universal shit. Just make a goddamn
you're
Xbox
you're
game.
just-
I don't want
Well,
this
they're not
shit.
doing that. We obviously know this.
Well,
They're-
Tim,
maybe
there's the
they're-
problem right there.
Well,
I don't
well,
want this
then
shit.
Maybe who knows?
You don't
Maybe
want
they're-
this
they're-
shit.
But maybe that they're saying, okay, we're gonna cut our losses because they said that they're gonna
Who
play the
wants
long
that?
card. And I agree.
Does
But maybe they're
PlayStation go,
gonna-
I make the universal
Let me
PlayStation
just
app?
make
They
this
say,
point.
fuck, we make
So-
a PlayStation game.
Right. So maybe they're gonna cut their losses. They're gonna do a pre-built market one, and then they're gonna say have another console development that's a traditional console that's gonna just be an Xbox of traditional. I don't know. You gotta
Dude,
see
I
what
don't
they.
know.
You gotta see what they say. You gotta see.
Well, they're
see
already talking.
what they do.
They're already talking, and I don't like what I hear. This is
That's
this showing.
fine.
Because what they're
I
doing right
wanna
now
see-
is
I wanna
who
see-
wants other PC storefronts?
From
wants
all the
this?
developers that I saw, they're all loving this thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
enough
because now they don't have to
technical
develop for an Xbox console that's not selling
right,
anymore.
but that makes
That's
but
why
that
they're
makes it a
happy.
lot easier though.
Yeah.
To make it for a game that goes still on Xbox because they're not foregoing Xbox. If they were foregoing Xbox, they would have just kept with the plan because that plan was foregoing with Xbox.
This is foregoing
my whole
Xbox right
point.
here. This is foregoing Xbox.
But if they were going to do that, why do you fire Sarah and four other executives?
Because they don't need anybody. They don't need a president of Xbox anymore because there is no more Xbox. Who's
then
the
why did
president of
they-
Xbox
why Didn't they
anymore?
fire, why didn't they fire Booty? Why didn't they
Because
just put
he's the head
somebody
of the
else?
studios. If they cut off his ass, then the studios go like, "What happens to us?" They kept him around for productivity of the studios.
They're gonna remodel.
And he
the
knows
whole
about the
studio.
gaming
Okay, but
departments.
the real answer is he likes exclusives.
No.
Yes,
Who told you that?
Yeah, it's all over the place, and that's what I've heard. I don't know. I talked to a lot of people. I've heard
They kept
people
Booty
don't-
around because he likes exclusives.
Yes, because
No,
he,
yeah,
he's-
that's horseshit.
What? Go look at his emails. Go look at his emails. Why?
Dude,
would
those emails were when he was friggin' under. That was when he was saying we could spend
Well,
Sony out of
obviously-
business.
Well,
How'd that
obviously,
go?
yeah, because he believes if you have exclusives, you can hurt Sony. And here's the thing: if
But
Xbox
why did he want to
actually
hurt
had,
Sony when EA
because
built frosted
Xbox
glass
actually
to make
had
PlayStation games?
but here's the thing: if Xbox actually had really good games like PlayStation did, and they cultivated those games, guess what? People would have bought Xboxes, and they wouldn't have
No
bought
shit, they would have
PlayStation.
bought Xboxes, but they didn't
The
care about
problem
that.
the problem is that they didn't have a banger for how long? They didn't have one game of the year.
No.
So they do have 40 studios. Maybe I don't know. I'm hearing PlayStation's. There's going to be no PlayStation 5 logo like years. And then you know what the talk will be? Oh well, they're going to have it in 6 months, and they're going to buy some time. Then 6 months will
Tim,
go by.
they're gonna shove a microphone so far in Asha's face, going, "Where's the PlayStation version?" She's not gonna get out of. She's not gonna get out of there fast enough.
Guess what? I'd be like, buy an Xbox and have people, all the people that hate Xbox go crazy. That's what you do.
But they can't find an Xbox the store.
Because
like,
why do you cater to people that don't like you? That's the whole thing.
Well, they did, Tim. Just for
they
games.
Don't like them.
Here's
But
all of them.
Your mind's already made up. So you know they have.
I
to
didn't
win
tell
you
them to
over.
put their games on
But
PlayStation.
their only way
did.
to win you over is to say, guess what, grinders?
Yeah.
Buy an Xbox, assholes. And guess what? Maybe
well, they better make some damn good games, dude, to do that.
Right, exactly. I agree. They have to make.
You can't make out no Starfield at 30 frames and saying that's Todd Howard's vision with some horse shit.
I'm not arguing. That's why
you can't come out. You can't come out with Redfall and have vampires get stuck behind park benches.
100%. 100%.
You can't. That's not nobody coming to you for that. Janky Jones and his stupid ass. Like nobody's going there for those games.
Right.
Gears does have though. Gears does have that. Now remember, this is the first Gears without Rod Ferguson. Now, but the one thing I am going to say, anybody doubting Gears,
the other one had it.
Is that
the other one? 5 didn't have Ferguson, did it?
No, it did.
Yeah.
He left after 5.
Yeah.
Because he named it Gears. He wanted Of War, but they said no, they wanted Gears. Now, the thing is that the one thing I'll give you something here is that the DLC for Gears 5 was a banger. Hivebusters was good, and that was post Rod Ferguson. So if they could get that energy of Hivebusters with E-Day, I'm in for it. I'm hyped for a new Gears of War game, and I want E-Day. I can't wait. So guess what? If they make it exclusive, I'll go play it on whatever it is, on the computer or whatever the hell it is.
This is what I would do.
I'm playing the game. I'm playing it.
If I took over Xbox right now, and Ash is not going to do this, I'll give you this. I would say, Halo, you're not getting. Fable, you're not getting.
They already announced it, though.
But I know. But I would still say you're not getting. What are you going to do? What are you going to sue them? Who's going to sue him? Jim Ryan?
But they made the announcement already. They're going to pull up.
What do they have to do?
Then they would have done it already. They would have done it already.
I don't know. There's been games that have been announced.
So you think the show, they're going to reverse all they're going to say Fable's just coming to Xbox?
I just said she's not going to do that. But if I took over, that's exactly what I would do. I would say,
of course,
you know, these grinders and all these people
you're not
that
there.
don't like Xbox.
They got these dopey asses there.
Agreed. But we got to see what they got to do. Gears is the real tell. Realistically, if you look at it, Gears is the huge tell. And that's what everyone's going to be talking about, guys. Everyone's going to be talking about that from now till when it's announced. Now, if they want to take the air
just like
out of the
Starfield. I remember that. That whole talk with Starfield.
Which was pissed me off too, was because again, when I talk about accountability and Phil, like if they had said, this is what I would have done in their position. I would have said, listen, we're going to go with timed exclusivity and we're going to have a heart-to-heart with the fans and we're going to just tell them the truth. Instead, Phil did the 4 games and they lied to us and then they hid. I would never do that. That's my point, is that you have to have accountability. And people realize this. We're smart enough to understand. It's like I told somebody the other day. You cannot trick this customer user base.
No, they tried that. This is an Xbox horse shit.
Right. Exactly. I said, you cannot do that. So if you try to do this stuff, that you try to trick them and you're not forthcoming, the first sight of that, you're done. So we'll see what they do.
So let me ask you, let me get to these things. I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see here. The Xbox. Let's see. We got, even if they roll, so Marco says, even if they roll back PS5 ports, they're still in the same hole with day and date when it comes to increasing console value. Yep, yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're still doing the PC
I agree.
shit.
Game Pass. Well, listen,
Steam and all that other stuff.
Well, I think that you can get away with the cross buy because it's
Well,
free.
on Windows Store,
I
but
would.
on the Steam, dude.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would take it off of Steam,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I would,
Well,
or
dude,
time
that's
it. I would
been
time.
Tim. That's
I
for
would time
goddamn
it.
7 years they've been doing it.
Right,
Nelson with the
I
2. He
agree.
goes, Tim. He says, Tim's back on drugs. Help him.
Yeah, I'm back on drugs. Guess what? You wanted it for PlayStation 5. That guy's like dying. He's scared. He's scared right now. He's like, oh my God, the economy's tanking, $7 a gas. And I gotta buy gears too. I gotta buy a PlayStation. I'm not gonna be with the that's the way it works. That's the reality.
Glinzo with the 2. He goes,
So tell
Xbox.
tell that guy to take some Xanax and maybe
Nelson,
just not
he
have
says
the
that
gears.
he says you're not taking drugs. I can ask you the question back on that thing. Glinzo with the 2. He goes, Xbox will not rise from the ashes. Oh shit, ashes.
Exactly, but the reality is, I don't even game, guys. I don't.
Oh,
care.
Tim, don't say that on here.
But I don't. I don't care. I don't care about.
But
this.
the way you sound, we just talked a goddamn hour and a half. What do you mean you don't care?
I know all about games. There's nothing that I don't
But Tim,
know.
you just gave your passion and your heart out there. What do you mean you don't care? You do care.
I care for the fans. I don't care for myself. I care that they should do the right things by the fans.
Yeah.
And I have news for you. The guys that are in the chat right now, they're PlayStation guys that don't want it to be.
No, they're gamers, dude. We play games.
Whatever, dude. They don't want to.
gamers.
They don't want to have to buy it on Xbox.
No. If it's a great game, listen. We always said if it's a great game, we will be playing that shit wherever it is.
Here's the thing. They want it on their PlayStation. I don't care what anybody says. Here's my point. I know this.
And the Xbox guys wanted the PlayStation games on Steam with the reach arounds.
There's a reason why Sean Layden, the CEO of Sony, is in DMs with me last year, and that he followed me and we talked. There's a reason why I was playing all the time with Phil, okay? Because I know what I'm talking about, especially when it's talking about the market. Now, do I like games? Yeah. Right now, I'm going to.
You should like games. If you're on the gaming grindhouse, you better be liking games.
I have 1,000 games, but my point is that I don't. My point is that they have to do things right by the fans. They should not, if they're catering to.
But you want to know what, Tim? I think that's the problem. They got to stop dealing with what the fans want and make some goddamn fucking games for their platform that they're trying to sell. I think they listen to. I think the problem is that they're so enamored by the fans and what the fans say and sign me and get this. Stop with that shit. That parasocial shit. Fuck it. Make some great games and the gamers will come. That's all they need to do. And this is the problem that frustrates me so much, Tim, is that all they need to do is make some fucking games, and they're not making the games. Instead, they're jerking off at FanFest. We don't need a fucking FanFest. We need great games.
That's fine, but they also have to they have to announce exclusivity.
Well, the bullshit. I've been saying they need fucking exclusives since 2017.
The FanFest is not really a big thing.
But the thing is that they care more about the friggin' social view of how they look and how they appear to fans, and they glaze the shit out of them, and then they slip the rug from underneath them. They don't really
care about it because they're putting games on PlayStation 5.
Exactly.
And they're selling 200,000.
And they're gonna they're gonna send people to get FanFest. They're gonna celebrate the old 25 years of goddamn Xbox, and they're gonna slap PlayStation 5 logos all over the place. That's what's gonna happen.
They're not doing that. They're totally not doing that. They're totally going to put it on Xbox only. There's going to be no PlayStation 5. And what's going to happen is the Grinders, the guy who said I was doing drugs, that he's probably on drugs. No. Guess what? That guy's going to be like, oh, it's coming in 6 months. Have you Chromium? And guess what? He's going to be.
But Tim, if it comes out in 6 months, is that any better? It should be an indefinite exclusive.
It's a little bit better, but it's still horrible.
Okay, but it still doesn't prove the point of what you need to do is make it exclusive entirely.
That's why I said, if they do that, I'm gone. That's also another thing. I'll kill.
So even if they just say, if they don't have PlayStation logos there, but they announce them in the back alley somewhere that's coming to PlayStation,
then it's gone. Then I'm gone.
Then you're still gone.
I'll still do your show.
Well,
but you know what I mean.
Just don't talk bad about the Grinders. They're gamers. We're gamers here. We're not. This is not no Pony Central horse shit.
Listen. The bottom line, I've been gaming since these guys were in diapers, half of them.
But why didn't you stop gaming, Phil?
The reason why the reason why I stopped gaming is because it's a little bit personal. But the reason why I want to read the Bible and I want to
Okay, so
finish it.
but
So
the thing is, though, is
I
like,
want to. I don't want to give any my extracurricular time.
no,
if I do
that's fine.
have-
I agree with value. That's fine.
Once I'm done with the Bible, I'm going back. I listen. I love the PlayStation. I think the PS5 Pro is the best system out there, and that's part of the problem too. Because if you start saying, "Okay, we're going to put Gears E Day," guess what? Everyone's going to want it on PlayStation 5 Pro, the best console. So,
Yeah.
they've got themselves in a position that is horrific. But you have to see what they're going to push. Are they going to put it out? I'm going to say absolutely 100%. There's going to be no PlayStation 5 logo, and then we're going to be in this whole thing where, oh, it's coming out in 6 months. You guys are just beta testing, and the console wars will be started to lit up, and then who knows? But the point is that.
So
that just gives them an oxygen mask. It doesn't mean.
But see, what I think is that they're bringing the FanFest back to celebrate 25 years. Like, she does have that crutch. It may not be to celebrate the show where they may be talking about other platforms there, because she did say, everybody says back to Xbox, but the next sentence was she wants to put games on other platforms. She said that in the next sentence. Everybody forgets the second sentence, but the first sentence saying hear you and saying that bring it back to Xbox, the next sentence was the same shit.
If you could do it, I could stay 10 more minutes. Read it, find it. Let's read
all right,
it.
yeah.
I mean, it was way too much though. I had
Tim,
that thing
I'll
was
read
written
it to
by
Tim.
AI.
I had the memory of a fucking elephant. I'm going to show you right now.
Yeah, no, read
Listen,
it. Let's read
I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass. I'm
no,
going to show
I
you right now.
I just want to listen to it because
This is what Asha said.
It.
Her quote when she came on, right? She said the whole shebang. Where is it, Asha? Where are you?
But no, I want her what she wrote that whole thing. It was
yeah. Well, her first tweet of her.
No. I want the thing that she. If you can find it, somebody in the. Group
I got it.
Where,
her post on Windows Gaming.
Yes, that's
I
the
got
one
that.
You gotta
See,
watch.
Tim, I know it's right here. Boom.
I mean,
Grindhouse fine shit right there. Boom.
I didn't like the way it was written.
There you go, Tim. What she says right here. She has.
I'm gonna just shut up and listen.
There we go. So she writes here. Satya said his message. Here's her message right here. She says, "My first job is to understand what makes this work and protect it. 3 commitments. First, great games." All right, that's against what Phil said. Everything begins here. We must have great games beloved by players before we do anything. Unforgettable characters, stories that make us feel, innovative gameplay, and creative excellence. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. We will take risks. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value, grounded in what players want the most. I promoted Matt Booty in honor of his commitment. Okay. Secondly, she says, he understands the craft and the challenges of building great games. Nothing about exclusives, Tim. Nothing about exclusives. She just said he led teams that delivered award-winning work. Oh, that's some horseshit right there. And he has earned the trust of game developers across the industry. Another booty line.
He also backdoored Sarah, but go.
Oh,
ahead.
shit, he backdoored Sarah. Poor Sarah, we don't know where she is in Everglades. So, secondly, the return of Xbox. This is whatever. Now everybody stops right there, Tim. They go, what? Return of Xbox?
Yeah,
hit the X button. We're done. We saw enough. Now, this is what she says.
Yeah,
wait. We committed to our core Xbox fans and players who have invested with us for the past 25 years. Asha, they're 2 years. But anyway, not even with Xbox. To the developers who build the expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players around the world. Oh, all this mumbo jumbo. We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we were. It connects to the players and the fans who invest in Xbox and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. So just to say, after that sentence, she announced Project Helix and told devs they can build for PC first. So again,
okay, well,
right. Now with everybody stopped reading.
So 2 is exclusive. Go.
Wait, no, 2's exclusives, but that's where you stop reading.
Exclusives and what? Yeah, exactly.
But Tim, here we go. Gaming now. This is what everybody stop reading. Gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of a single piece of hardware.
Okay.
As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of communities we serve. We will break down barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere
Okay.
without compromise.
Okay, how come she didn't say consoles like Sarah? Because they were saying consoles. If you go back to the verbiage of Sarah, she would say consoles. She would
We
always say
expand-
consoles plural.
She said
Is there
consoles in the other
consoles that-
one.
No, we're going on the third one where we stop reading. The two was we both agreed on exclusives. Where's the word consoles?
As we expand across PC, so you're saying console should be in there. That's where it was in there before.
That's exactly.
You're my
There you
number
go.
one customer.
So let's see. So you said Sarah. Well, Sarah didn't do this thing.
Okay, well you gotta go back. But yes, they were saying consoles and they were showing stupid freaking PS5s. And Steiny was going, look at this PlayStation 5. Shut the fuck up. I mean, come on, I can't deal with them, man. Listen, the bottom line is that yeah, I think that.
So you're reading that as that they're not putting gaming are not on consoles.
We got. I kind of. If you want, let's go back to Sarah's stupidity. Let's pull up Sarah's stupid interview.
Yo,
with that
you
guy.
throwing Sarah under the bus. Holy shit, man.
Well, no, because Sarah was the one that pushed this. It wasn't that she was a bad person.
Phil, what happened to Phil? What do you mean by Phil?
Phil's yeah.
Yeah, Tim.
Well,
Phil couldn't shut up, dude. He was talking. Sarah didn't do that much talking as Phil did.
No, but you got to realize, you said it too. Sarah took over when she took over that stupid.
No, I said
handheld.
she took the initiative with the Xbox.
Yeah,
with the Xbox, friggin'
let's can
ROG
you pull
Ally.
up the interview? Can you pull up the interview?
I know which one. Where the guy said he didn't play on. She's like, you play everywhere, right? That one.
Right. No. The one. It's the one. I forgot the name. It was her last one that she did. I mean, I sent it to somebody from. I can look it up. But yeah. So there you go. The third thing didn't have the word consoles. That was
all right.
Sarah's
So you're
verbiage.
saying that is that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where there's no exclusive. But the thing is that we still have PlayStation logos in the last show. That was just last week.
That's a third party show, but okay. Yeah, I agree with you. They should have just never.
Like if it's not about PlayStation and Steam, like why were those there?
In my opinion, listen, if I'm running it and they're still not at this level, but if I'm running it, I come in there and I yell at everyone. I say, what, like you like this is what I do. I'm way more aggressive than she is. She's trying to be aggressive. I'm 10 times more aggressive. I said, Fable, okay, let's talk to legal. What's the legal what's the legalities of us not putting this on PlayStation? Can we say that with a change of leadership that we decided to go with exclusives? And then your lawyers say, well, yeah, you're probably going to, Sony's not probably going to bother. You know what I mean? They're doing well, this and that, which they probably won't. They probably won't bring a lawsuit. And how much would we have to pay? Okay, it's okay. If we do get sued, it'll be $5 million or in fines or whatever. Blah blah blah. You know what? The share is much more worth it. Fable gone, Halo gone. All these games I would never touch PlayStation.
I don't know, man.
That's the only way that they could do it. But
no, I listen. But Tim, you say I get so confused when I'm talking to you because you're like saying this is what they got to do, but then you're saying are they going to do it? And you're like this is what they need to do. But do you think
I don't know if they're going to?
You don't know if they're going to do it. So that's the thing. Like you're not. They're not telling you, hey Tim, we're doing all this shit. Get ready, Tim.
I know. I'm talking. No,
nobody said that to you like in a chat. Like Tim, we're doing this shit.
No. I've gotten conversations where
nobody said this to you.
No, I know.
This is what you feel they need to do.
Well, this is what I feel, but it's also people send me out feelers. Like somebody said, Phil said to Asha in front of Phil, how do you get, somebody said, Jeff, well, this is a story. So Jeff sent me an email. He says, Phil mentioned you. I go, oh, really? Good or bad? And I said, well, what was it about? And she says, well, in front of Asha, he said, what does Xbox got to do? And he says, get core gamers like TimDog back. So basically,
he said you by name shit.
Yeah, he said me by name. I have the tweet and I'll show it to you. I'll show you the DM. I don't care about Jeff. I'll show it to you. But basically, so then there was that. Then I talked to people that they're thinking they're looking at, like they're looking at older, executives and people like that they want to bring in for consultants. Like they brought that up. I don't know what they're doing. I talked to somebody recently, like last week. I didn't get a follow up. I don't reach out like I used to. I used to reach out and say, what's going on? I don't do that anymore. They come to me. So when there's news they come to me. But yeah, they're discussing exclusives. They're discussing all this stuff. They know what we're saying. They know all you know. The thing about Asha that I heard that I like is that the first day that she was hired, she sent out emails about gaming testing and bugs. Okay. She said, I want these things done. And supposedly the turnaround was very good. When the prior management was there, it was very lax. There wasn't any of that going on. And obviously, when you saw the update, they took away the resume, and that was asked about for how long? And 2 years, and it finally got done. So she's very hands-on. I've also heard that she's very, very humble, and that she wants to learn. Now, I don't know. I like I said, yeah, they're talking about all this stuff, but what are they really going to
But
do?
Tim, let me ask you, like, you still believe all this shit?
What do you mean? Believe
Like
that they're
they
going to go to
screwed with
exclusives?
you and everybody with the 4 games.
I called them out.
They talked all this shit. They were telling you
But
it's fine and all this stuff. Like, how many
but
times
here's
can
the
you be
thing.
lied to and still be like,
It's
oh,
not-
I
not
think they're
that.
good?
This is the thing. That
I don't
noticed
get
about
it. Like,
you.
I'm like, lied
I
to
can
me
see-
once, I'm done with you. Like, I don't
Right,
trust you.
I get it, but here's the thing: your mind's already made up, and so is all the PlayStation.
But how? But
fans.
your mind was up when you came on here. You're like, fuck them all.
Well, I'm willing to exactly. I'm
Like, what
willing to
happened?
give. Okay, what's willing? I'm willing to give them a shot. Like
You're like,
this is
let
new
them burn.
management.
You said, you're like, they're done. with them.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
they screwed
fired,
you. They lied to you.
yeah,
They lied to the
right,
fans.
And guess what? Everyone's fired. Everyone's fired.
But the
There you
same
go.
people
And-
that fired them all and were there when the lies were happening
you
are still
didn't-
there.
Nobody knew about Asha, so we can't use that excuse.
Satya was
Nobody-
there, and
Satya is clueless, bro. You don't know how it works. Satya he's just the money guy. He's just the guy. He was. You know what Satya would
but Tim, all the money problems are still there. They didn't go away with Phil and Sarah.
Guess what? I agree, but he still they got him to give freaking $100 billion to Xbox. So
Yeah,
you know he's the
pissed.
money guy. Yeah, obviously, but it's really not him. It's Amy that really is.
But
pissed
Amy's
off
still
because
there, Tim. She's not fired.
Right, I know, but she's
and
also,
Tim Stewart's ahead of friggin' ZeniMax,
yeah,
the business
yeah,
guy.
but but
you think he's going no PS5 to make money?
He's not in charge of that.
Yes, he is. He's in charge of ZeniMax.
Yeah,
Tim Stewart, the money guy.
Yeah, his money guy was fired. He was moved over to that's a save job. That's a lateral. They say it's not a lateral.
He's running ZeniMax, the money guy.
No, who's running Xbox?
I don't know.
Xbox?
There's no president of Xbox. There is no Xbox anymore.
There is a new CFO of Xbox.
No, there isn't. Who is it?
Yes, there is.
Who?
His name is I don't know. His name is there. Pierre. I don't know. He got
Pierre. He's the guy of Halo.
No, they definitely have a new CFO of Xbox. They moved.
I'm gonna ask my AI.
No, look.
Who is the new CFO?
I can find
Xbox?
in 2 seconds. I can look at my DMs.
First of all, it's not Xbox. It's
no, it's Xbox. His name is CFO of Xbox. They lateraled.
And what is Tim Stewart doing? So yes, they moved Tim Stewart. Yeah, replacing Tim Stewart.
Yeah.
Paparazzi, what his name is.
What's
Xavier.
his name? Yeah, exactly. You just told me that there was no CFO.
I said there's no CEO of Xbox. Listen, there's no president of Xbox.
The new CEO.
And anyway, I love how they say Microsoft Gaming parentheses Xbox.
Whatever. You're just getting on semantics. It doesn't matter. So we had one. That's the first one, which I said was a big move, and it was.
But Tim, I said the whole point of this whole thing, Tim Stewart moved to the COO of ZeniMax.
Here's the thing. Yeah, that's what's bigger, Xbox or ZeniMax? That's a simple question.
But I'm saying that's the money guy who went over to ZeniMax. You think his job is to make money from ZeniMax. That's the point.
Okay, what's bigger, Xbox with 40 studios or ZeniMax, which is what, 2 or whatever.
So you're saying he got fired?
He didn't get fired. What happened was that he was going to get fired, but Phil's his best friend, and they said, can you save the guy's job? Just like they did with freaking Catherine Gluckstein, because she's a woman, because they fired freaking the Xbox Cloud guy, and they basically saved her job and gave her some stupid job with Rare, whatever. They gave her a position that who knows.
So you're saying they saved him but so he has so he can't spend any money over there.
No, he could spend money on ZeniMax, but his duty now is a lot different. So that's the first move. The second move is they got rid of CEO. Sarah's the president's gone.
And who's the president now?
Booty, the exclusive guy that was saying that he can outspend Sony.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
So Matt Booty is the new president of Xbox. Let me see.
Right.
Matt
I think so.
Booty is president of Xbox. I think he's content. There's
Whatever,
no president of Xbox.
Well, it was.
He is. So his Matt Booty is now the executive vice president and chief content officer of Xbox.
Who's the president? Is it they just didn't announce?
I'm
somebody
asking
maybe.
who.
Okay, I think. Who's the president? Okay, maybe
who
Jay
is
Allard?
the president
I don't know.
of
They're gonna hire
Xbox?
somebody.
Sarah
They're
Bond
still
is gone.
people.
Who is the president? They say Sarah Bond, the former president of Xbox.
She's not the president of Xbox.
That was Sarah Bond's title.
Yeah, she's fired.
So who's the new president? How do you fire a president and don't have a replacement?
Because they're good. That's part of the problem. They when they fired her, that was like I said, it was an all hands on meeting. They said we're not working, and so they're in a flux. They're moving everything around. So they knew they wanted to have change, but then they finally really hit it. So they hit the reset button. Now here's what you guys don't know. They were Windows Central talked about 2 people that they were looking at. I know who those 2 people are.
Yeah, you said that the last time. They didn't hire anybody yet, right?
Well, I don't know. I the last I heard is that they're still interviewing. So obviously, like I said, this is all something. They're going to have a president that's announced. They're going to announce somebody, and maybe it might be one of those people. I don't know who it's going to be.
So you think that they're going to replace the president of Xbox?
They have to have a president of Xbox. Right now, they have nobody.
Yeah, they don't have anybody. They don't.
Well, that just shows you how drastic this change has been. That's why if everyone's going with the same type of terminology and the same, the same mindset, then you would just go with the same mindset and you would have the same people. But obviously, and they also the what was the cult tweet? Who was that? That she said don't gossip, and then he took down the tweet. What was that? You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
She was another executive. I think Tom Warren talked about it.
So just to summarize, and M wanted to come in here and talk to you, but do you have to go? You have a few minutes?
I mean, I kind of just, he's probably a PlayStation guy. Listen, here's the bottom line. The bottom line is that there's not going to be no Gears at PlayStation 5. There's going to be no logo.
But you're not. But officially, nobody has told you that. That's your passion and feeling that it should not happen.
Well, I've been in conversations where it's been it's.
So they've said to Tim, we're going back to exclusives.
No, it's just that it's in the discussions. But you could see I could just tell that because I could see.
And these are high level people at Microsoft that's still around after you left.
Yeah, I mean, has somebody directly said they're going to do it? No,
but they're saying we should make it exclusive, or somebody's saying that.
Yeah, they're all.
You don't have to give names. I just want to know, like somebody's saying, like we should go back. Their word exclusive is coming out of their mouth.
What I heard is, I'll put it this way: what I heard is that they're going to hire new people.
Okay,
they're going to put people in different positions. They definitely had a purge. And I know that because when I put that tweet out, I got likes from certain executives that I know the whole thing, and I know that we're part of not being a fan of what was going on. I know somebody that I know 2 people that were interviewed for it, and I know that the exclusive situation has come up, and it's being discussed.
And when they say exclusives, they mean like Xbox console.
I don't ask
because I don't know what exclusive. You're talking about something 10 years in the making. They're just going to pull the plug on everything.
No, I don't think they're doing that, but I do think that, like I said, I've been pretty clear with this.
On a diminishing install base, they're going to put exclusives there to make money.
Well, they're going to try to rebuild they're trying to.
Because it makes no sense, Tim. Like the thing is, if they're losing Xbox console hardware minus 50%,
why? So then why? Okay.
Then why would they put games off of everything else and put it on? No, answer my question about the question about like how are they supposed to make their money back if the console is losing minus 40%, 30% every quarter, and they're going to say no more Steam, no more PlayStation, put it on this platform that's not selling. I never
said Steam. I just said PlayStation.
All right, so take it off of PlayStation after Satya has promoted it on his financial calls.
Satya could promote everything.
All right, so we don't care about Satya, even though he runs the whole goddamn company.
Yeah, who got fired?
Who fired them? Who fired them? Satya fired them all.
Okay, and what you're
Who
talking
fired
about?
them? You act like
so
everybody's gone. Satya's still there.
Yeah, everyone's gone, and the only guy that stayed is Matt. Okay, so yeah, everyone got fired. Just
Satya
like you said,
fired
and
them.
what you're talking about Sarah's idea. And Sarah, why wouldn't you do it? You sound like Sarah. Well, guess what? You're fired. So what's going to happen? Somebody else is going to be in your position that's going to do something different.
But Tim,
Satya
is the one who fired her because she was talking crazy.
Grinders, you're not going to have PlayStation 5 logo. And if it is, I'm gone. That's how confident I am. I can't say it anything differently. And then when it is, guaranteed it's going to be, it's coming in 6 months. So that's what's going to be the conversation. But that's all I can
because
say.
you want to know what, Tim? You're the only one online talking about like exclusive gears.
Well,
people are begging for it, but like nobody said anything.
But who's the only guy that said Phil's going to retire June 30th, and Sarah's out of favor? Who's the only one and laughed at?
Well, you were getting roasted. Okay. Everybody was on your ass about that.
Yeah. Alex was making jokes and everyone.
Yeah, everybody because they said you burnt out with that shit. Yeah, I heard them. I saw them all. Like they right. Yeah. But dude, the thing is that I don't. First off, it is. I don't understand how the exclusive stuff would work after all the stuff because all the financial problems, everything that Xbox has had, is continuing. That did not stop. So I don't know how taking more money out of the pool for the fans. They haven't cared about the fans for a decade.
You're acting like the pool is so huge. Look at the sales for South of Midnight. You look at all the sales. So
but Tim, it was enough. It was enough for Satya to talk about Forza Horizon sales.
No, it was enough to Satya to fire everyone.
What did Satya say? Satya talked about PlayStation sales.
Yeah, okay. One game he talked about, but every other game that came out, like Hellblade 2, he didn't mention.
Satya doesn't believe in exclusives. He had the quotes about it.
Yeah, well, Satya doesn't even know anything about gaming.
But Satya is the one who fired everybody.
Satya is the same guy that said Mixer is the future of Xbox.
Satya aims to deliver games across all platforms, including mobile consoles.
Okay.
Satya has no love for exclusives. He has no love.
Return to Xbox. No console.
Who's gonna betray Satya?
No you read the comments and you didn't say it. You couldn't say anything. Well, the grinders in your chat were like, "Oh, you didn't say consoles." Here's the bottom line, and I love you guys. No PlayStation 5 logo.
Tim,
that's it.
You go out there, man. Yo, Tim.
We'll see.
Tim, we'll get you back on here.
Yes, I'll be on.
Get you back on here.
I'll be on there. And
either or, dude. Yo, either or. But Tim, the passion is there, and good luck. Good luck to you. I wouldn't bet your account on it because Xbox, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
It'd be a blessing if I lose the account. I'm on there way too much. I'd rather.
So you're betting on this because you know that.
I'm betting on this.
Is this some reverse psychology?
Because I think it's
you want to be out anyway, so you're just going to bet on something that's probably not going to happen.
Believe me, that comes through my mind. But the reality
I can't get you on here. I'm trying to get you on. He said he could talk to you.
No.
This go. We'll say
I gotta go. I'm getting yelled at. So
shit.
Yeah, because I'm screaming like I'm.
All right, I appreciate your time and your passion. Good luck to you.
Tell the guy, the PlayStation guy, no logo, and I'll see you in June.
M, he's saying no logo. M.
Yeah,
I'll get you. I've been trying to get you in here with this stupid chat.
And you're gonna be fired, and you're gonna be fired up, and you're gonna say 6 months, TimDog, and then if it isn't, you can roast me in June.
But you're saying even if it is 6 months, it is the whole thing. You're done with it, even if it's delayed. It's not announced at the show, but they announce it after the fact.
What's the use? You know what I mean? I think Gears is one game. Do I quickly before I'll say this in the end? Do I think it's going to be everything? No, but I do think that they're gonna pick some very serious exclusives so that they can buy it. It's the only way. It's the only thing that they can do. If they weren't going to do it, they would have stayed with Sarah in that plan.
I just think they're getting rid of everything Xbox because they want Windows. That was my thing. I don't think they got rid of Sarah for exclusives.
Well, we'll see.
I'll be back. I'll be back on June. We'll see, Tim. I'll get you back on here, and let me know. But thank you again for your time. I appreciate it as a guest. You got to respect the guest grinders. All right. Maybe you have different opinions. But
Yeah,
what we're gonna do?
grinders. Hey, grinders.
Hey, don't talk to the. I talk to the grinders. Tim. I talk to the grinders. They.
You're pampering them now. They can't.
No, I'm not
handle it.
pampering them. They've been roasting. The flames are abound, Tim. The flames are abound.
They can't deal with it. All right, let me get going now.
All right, Tim. I'll talk to you later, man. See you, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh man, grinders. There it is. Thank you, TimDog, for coming on the Gaming Grindhouse. Woo! The fires were ablaze. Fires were ablaze. Dude, I don't know how to work this Discord shit. Em, you're not part of the Discord. I thought you could just jump right in. Oh shit. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it up to fate, man. Say a prayer. That's it. He's putting his account on the line. You heard it here, man. It is what it is. But you know, Satya, the one who fight everybody, is right there. Dude, the chat is going wild. I couldn't even read it. It's crazy, dude. It is crazy. But hey, no, it's crazy. All the exclusives, dude. Exclusives matter. That's the point. That's been the point for all these years. Exclusives friggin' matter. But that's what it is, man. Hey, different discussion. Listen, I know what we all know what it is. We all know they need exclusives. But I think the hole's dug too deep for them to pull out like that. But if they do, bravo to them. That's all I'm saying. But I don't think they believe. This is the thing. I don't think they believe in Xbox. Satya don't believe in Xbox. That's why Windows is the future, dude. If they said Project Helix is the Series X2, maybe, but it's not. It's a Windows machine, and that's the problem. They want everybody on Windows. They got to take these fans of 25 years, use the history, and bring them over to Windows. It's stupid. It's never gonna work. But that's what they want to do. And they're going to force it to happen. And when it doesn't happen, they will shut it down just like Mixer. But we will see. We will see. Asha AI, she's plugging the things, man. You don't have a link to the server, E? I'll get you in on here. E, spit his bars on here. Let's see what he had to say. Because he was yelling. And I got to read these chats here. You guys are going crazy. This is wild times. I told you it'd be a wild night. Wild night. Hit that like button, man. I would put the link. Hold on. I'm putting the link to the thing. Discord link. Dude, I hate this Discord shit. There we go. Let's get the grinders in here. There we go. There's the friggin' link. I hope it works. I'll pull you up. Let me get to these chats here. There we go. We're cooking. The Grindhouse is coming on in here. Let's shut this thing down here. Now let's go. And we tweeted Asha, by the way. Thank you again. We had AK Do Sensible. Who is this? AK Do Sensible with 20 VIPs. I couldn't even play my music. For the VIPs. Joe, thank you so much, AK. Cooking. Man, we're asking hard questions to Tim, man. What a night. Oh, what a night. Yo, AK just took 20 people to the roof. No, we don't do rooftops. We do balconies. We don't do rooftops. Oh shit, we might be tweeting Asha again, AK. Oh man, we might be tweeting Asha again. Oh, I already asked for Scalebound. Yo, we're at 335, man. Holy crap, you guys are crazy. And we got Ron MC with 5. Oh, you want me to tweet Asha again? We're 10 away from tweeting Asha again. You want me to tweet it again? She may block me now. Thank you. Thank you, Ron MC with the 5 VIPs. Oh, man. Let's go. C Fresh said Tim, Halo Studios already committed to all the future Halo games will be on PlayStation. Yes, thank you, C Fresh. I know, that's what I said. They already announced all the stuff. It'll be crazy if they pull all that back. But, man, he's believing. Don't stop believing. Journey. So some Tim Nessluga said. Murgo with the 5. Xbox is a big ship. You sure it isn't too late to pull E-Day off PS5? I also game on PC. Listen. Everybody's screaming from the rooftops to make this exclusive. Right? It's amazing. That's why I asked him. I was like, all those years where exclusives don't matter and it's about where you play, nobody seemed to push back. Like, because Phil would what? I don't know. Phil won't talk to him. I don't know. But now you look. Look at what Asha says. In my first month, I heard clearly that our community values FanFest. Right? She heard from the Grindhouse. We tweeted at it. We got it. As part of the return of Xbox, we made the decision to bring back to LA the recognized players who've been with us over the years. Now, I tweeted at Tim today saying, Tim, you're right. If they're getting everybody at FanFest and they're going to show a friggin' a PlayStation logo on that E-Day Direct, that's some wild shit. Then they really don't care, and that's what Tim's saying. Like, yeah. I don't know. Satya don't like exclusives. They fired everybody. Satya's one fired him. He's in the waiting room. Thank you. Damn, I got this Discord shit. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, man? I'm so sorry. I cannot get this shit working. I thought you had the link.
Yo, man, why'd you even put the link?
I usually don't put it in the chat. I thought you were on here before. You had the link.
Nah. I looked everywhere for it. I was on your Twitter profile. I'm like, surely this thing is public.
No, it's not. It's the grind. No, I don't put it. I only put it in the chat sometimes to get everybody in here. But then I thought you were on here before.
You know what? This is my first time. So
oh shit! Welcome. I didn't realize it was your first time.
Yeah. Listen, that was a lot.
It was a lot. Yes, it was very much.
Listen, I want to say this in case TimDog is listening. First of all, I am 100,000% behind exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy who said on Twitter when they put Helldivers 3 on Xbox that I'm not buying a PlayStation 6 if this is the direction they're going to go. Because if you buy a PlayStation 5, then you need to believe that the games that are made by Sony are going to be for that PlayStation 5. If there's even a shadow of a doubt that those games were designed with the Xbox Series S in mind or the Nintendo Switch in mind, like, suddenly, why did you make the choice that you made? I think it devalues that massively. So if it was his fervent hope and desire that Xbox goes back to true exclusivity, and I'm talking true exclusivity all the way to taking things off PC,
yeah,
I am 100,000% there.
They need to do it.
I 100% support that. Even if they just take it off PlayStation, that is already a fantastic step.
Yeah.
I am 100% there. I support that all of the way. That is my personal feelings on this, okay? I don't want any Xbox game on PlayStation, okay? I don't want them, okay? But here's the thing. That's perfectly fine to say that you hope that this happens. It's even perfectly fine to say that you have heard from the grapevine that it might be in consideration. But the part that pissed me off is when he starts categorizing us as, PlayStation fanboys.
I know, I stopped
are just
them.
begging for this game to be on PlayStation. We don't want this shit. Okay? Take it away.
Take it away.
We don't want your game.
I know, like one game, dude. One game, like this is not going to change anything. Even if they take it away and make it exclusive day one, I don't nobody's fluttering to buy an Xbox. They can't even find one. They pull them off of shelves.
At the same time, team, if you're listening again, just because I don't want it does not mean that I cannot recognize reality. And in the reality that we are living in, what you are saying that they are going to somehow, some way, wake up from their slumber, from the stupor, from their high, whatever fantasy shrooms they had actually been smoking for the past 10 years, and suddenly be like, oh yeah, we're going to go exclusive again. That's a hard pill to swallow, and you've got to come better than, I had a vibe check with somebody. I don't know. You can't.
That's why I was asking Tim, who did they say they're doing it? Oh no, because I kept trying to figure out, is it what you feel or what they told you? Because you're saying you tell it to people. He's like, well, and again, he did not say, because I feel like you said you need to.
My man said he read the tea leaves. he put down some tea leaves, and he said, well, if I look at this one and the way it is slanted towards the northeast, There is a chance. That's what he was doing. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, TimDog. I'm just saying that
He's
your
right,
argumentation
but-
is poor.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you've got to come better than, oh, I have hopes and dreams. And you can say that. You can say I have hopes and dreams. Listen, I have hopes that Sony would delist all of the PC games, right?
Yes.
But I'm not gonna go and stand 10 toes down that it will happen just because I feel like it will. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to. I hope it does. I think it will be the smartest thing they could possibly do, but I don't know for sure. So it's like there's a difference between saying that I fervently hope that something will happen to say, oh no, it's gonna happen, and then try to make a mockery of everybody who doesn't believe you. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Well, he's
Listen,
been fighting
TimDog
it
was
all
acting like
over. I've
Chicken
been
Little.
seeing it, dude, all day. He's been fighting it with everybody, going after him with this shit. But like,
Listen.
I don't know, man. Hey, he did what he do. You do him. I'm not doing that.
Listen, TimDog, I'm sorry, but you're back in grifter mode, man. I wish I was talking to him directly. I hate talking to people behind their back. This is why I like This is why I like to be there when a person is there, because I gotta say these things to their face so that they know that I mean it. You're
nah, but I think I asked him enough to know that a lot of it was just we believe needs to happen and not what he like a fact. But I don't know, man.
Listen, it obviously was. And I'm sorry, listen, I want to talk also about the narrative, right? First of all, get Cyrus Bond's name out of your fucking mouth, TimDog, okay? If you're going to disrespect a black woman like that, when you guys were worshipping her just a few months ago, like, we remember this shit. This shit didn't happen 10 years ago. Like, wind back the clock like 4 months. Sarah Bond was like your queen. Don't be talking down to her like, oh, somehow all of this was her fault. And always defending the white man. Always defending Phil. Like, Phil is just this, like, oh my God, oh, so unfortunate.
Dude, I
like
asked that. I was like, why? What about Phil? Why are we throwing Sarah under the bus?
It was always from Phil.
With Phil.
No, they found the black sheep, they found the scapegoat.
It's
and they are
bullshit,
just literally
dude.
putting her through the grinder. It's absolute BS.
It is bullshit
okay? Like
and
listen, this fucking narrative to the defense of Phil Spencer has to be cataloged by historians, right?
It totally does.
When he was under Don Matrick and he was part of the executive team, do you know the fucked up part is? Phil Spencer himself admitted that he was okay with the TV strategy. He himself
was in the
said,
room.
I have to take personal blame for that. He was there. He was
there.
In it.
He said it. He's like,
he
yo,
said
you're right,
himself afterwards.
He said, I'm sitting there.
These people are saying, oh, that was Don Matrick. Okay, cool.
No,
that was
Don
Matrick. Let's blame it on him. Then Phil Spencer takes leadership, right? And then he makes decisions that they don't like. So who did they start blaming? Oh, that is Satya. How is it Satya? Do you think that Satya like really cares what each division does, especially one as small as Xbox when it comes to Microsoft? Like, are you kidding? Do you think that Satya sits down at night, dinner time, okay, and instead of thinking about cloud and AI and everything like that, he's trying to strategize Xbox's strategy? Are you fucking dumb? Like, you think that is what he does after dinner? He doesn't go and spend time with his wife and children? He's like, what am I going to do for Xbox? Do you think he takes the time to think about that? Not a single fucking chance. Every single thing that happened was because of Phil. Because that's his job. His job is to be the one to sit down after dinner, kiss his kids goodnight, refuse to read them the bedtime story. No, Daddy doesn't have time tonight. Daddy doesn't have time tonight. He needs to think about the way to make Xbox make money. That's his job. So then he goes and he tells Satya, hey, listen, I sat up yesterday. I went to bed. I had a dream. Let me tell you about it. We're going to put our games everywhere. Exactly. We're going to do Game Pass day and date.
That's what I was, yes. I was saying, like, dude, Satya's still there. He don't care about exclusives. Look, I know it's you're saying those facts, dude. I'm showing Satya because I tweeted about it today. Dude, he didn't say shit about Xbox FanFest or anything. He's talking about Copilot. Dude, he did not shut up.
I'm telling you.
Look at him. He went crazy today about Copilot.
Satya has never spent a single second of his life trying to strategize what Xbox's strategy should be.
No way.
Like, he's never done it. Like, this is like, listen, this is like you, right? You're the CEO of a company and you're trying to think what products the janitors should buy. Like, you're just like,
dude, he didn't say anything about FanFest. He didn't say about the showcase. Dude, he was tweeting all about what is this critique, a new multi-model deep research and M365 Copilot. Dude, it was 45 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour.
That's
give a
his
shit.
baby right now.
Yeah.
That's what's. Listen, instead of going to bed and reading this, like telling his wife what happened today, Satya stays up. He goes on his computer. He presses the Cortana button because he's got an old one, and Cortana was still a thing. And he's like, "Oh, Cortana, you're co-pilot now. Okay,
Exactly.
what are we gonna do about
Doing
you?
it again.
I need to push you in more products. Okay, I want you to put you in Office. Okay, I want you to put you in a fucking keyboard. You know that Microsoft owns SwiftKey, and SwiftKey, the keyboard for your Android things, and they have an AI now, like the keyboard.
Oh my god, the
has AI.
keyboard, like so it's reading what you're
The
typing.
keyboard has AI.
Oh shit.
So that's what Satya is doing. Like he's like, "Ooh, where can I squeeze you? You know, just like, how do I put you in the restrooms? You know,
no, but M, that's what I was asking. I was like,
doing it.
why is Windows the future? Like, why are they even talking Windows and gaming at all? It's because it is shit. This is what he wants. They don't care about gaming. He don't care about exclusive. He don't care about fans.
He does not care.
He wants this shit. He wants, and I'm going to tell you this. I bet you this son of a bitch is going to put Copilot prompts or Copilot benefits in Game Pass or in some sort of Game Pass to say that people are paying for AI because that's what he needs.
Yes. They already announced Copilot is coming to Xbox.
Yeah. He needs people paying for Copilot because the investors are pissed. This is the big picture.
100%.
And I'm sure they'll throw like, 20 prompts of Copilot included in Game Pass. It's like, who wants that? Oh, it adds value,
So
I guess.
let's go back. Let's go back to the timeline. So after Phil became, the head, people didn't like some of the decisions. They blame Satya. Okay, blame it on Satya. Somehow it was his fault, even though we all know that was not the case, right? Then they gave Satya supposedly approves of the $69 billion acquisition by Phil Spencer. But notice that they liked that decision, right? At the time anyway. So who did they put that credit on? They put it on Phil. But now that it's fucked up, they say, oh, that was Satya's fault. Now it's Amy the Hood's fault. Now it's the CFO's fault. It's everybody's fault, except again for Phil Spencer. The same thing that he got credit for when they liked it is the same thing he is exempt blame for when they don't like the way that it turned out. So it's always this defense of Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer has been saying, gaming everywhere. When we all win, we all play. That's literally one of his most famous quotes.
I know.
So when we
he
all
signed
play,
the controller with that shit.
He's been saying that way before it was a thing, right?
He said it before Sarah Bond.
Let me tell you how this happened, by the way. Listen, one day Phil Spencer decided to actually take out his kids, okay? And they went down to the arcade, all right? And he brought the cousins, the nephews, the nieces. It was a big family gathering, right? It was all the Spencers in the arena.
All the Spencers.
They were all playing. All the Spencers are there. Little Spencers, big Spencers, medium-sized Spencers.
The big heads running around.
There,
oh, shit.
Just playing around all in these arcade games. And then one of them came, and she's like 5 years old. And she said, Uncle Phil, when we all play, we all win. And he took that and he was like, wow, what a genius you are, little Spencer. I know what I'm gonna do for Xbox. So since 2017, that happened 2016. In 2017, he ran it by the marketing team. They were like, it's a little bit weak, but okay, it's a positive thing. Sure, it goes to our okay, go ahead. And then he was like, he announced it to the world. Okay, and since 2017, he's been saying it. Then you know what he does? He thinks to himself, that was a really good quote from Little Spencer. But I need somebody that's going to embody this and turn it into a strategy I can actually execute, because I don't know what I'm doing. So he was like, let me go in and let me get somebody. But then he thought to himself, wait a second, what if this doesn't work out? I don't want to be blamed. I'm going to go pick one person that can easily take the fall. Once again, if this goes sideways. So he looked at all of the applicants and he was like, there's a lot of Africans. And then he was like, yes. Put a black person on it. Matter of fact, he saw the presidential debates happening and he saw the way one of those candidates was being blamed for everything under the sun, for things she hadn't even done yet. And he was like, I can learn from this. So he was like, hey, listen, it's DEI up in this bitch. That's what I'm saying.
Fill in the hood.
Okay? So he got himself a blackity black woman that had nothing to do with gaming. But he was like, she's intelligent, she's gonna work twice as hard, and she's gonna come up with something. And at the same time, if this goes sideways, that bus is gonna be doing overtime. That bus is gonna be going over her and over again. And over again. Listen. Phil Spencer.
No, he brought her over because she did the T-Mobile thing over Netflix.
Exactly.
That's why he brought her over. He brought her for the T-Mobile shit.
Let me tell you. I'm telling you that Phil Spencer is so smart that he's one of the people that voted to make Satya CEO. Because he's like, wait, put another minority up there. Because at the end of the day, listen, if they're gonna blame somebody,
messy.
They're gonna need somebody south of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the line. You gotta be south of that.
Listen,
Phil Spencer is a survivalist. I support it. Okay, he knows how to get away with this shit.
He used her for the partnerships. She was first with the partnerships, learn about the studios. Then he moved to the president of Xbox. And then he put her in charge of that friggin' that team of the X.
Do you know how I know that I'm right? Because let's face it, Sarah should never been president of Xbox. Like, she could have been the partnership person, but she never should have been president of Xbox. Why? There was Matt Booty right there. There were other executives right there.
He's a studio person. He's the guy that ran Minecraft.
Yeah, but he could, and that's the kind of person that could be president of Xbox, right? That kind of makes sense. If you look at the ladder, you're like, hey, okay, well, he's been here for like 10 years.
Well, no, look at friggin' what's his name? Herman Holtz. He wasn't a good president. They made him say they kept him with the software.
He wasn't a good one, but it makes sense that he became one, right? Not saying he's good, but I'm saying if you look at the ladder, it makes sense. Now, this person, he pulls somebody from outside the company, outside the industry, and he's like, hey, guess what? You get to be president now. Sounds a little suspicious to me. Unless you were thinking how to save your reputation. Unless you're like, who can I put the blame on? Because if it was another, let's say, north of 10 person, another moonlit skin person, up there, he would be looking like, I can't put the blame on you. They're not going to be blaming you. They're going to be blaming me. Phil Spencer is a survivalist, man. Listen,
let me ask you a question. Phil, but they never, the thing is that they never, like, the way Sarah Bond went out, Phil went out just as quietly as she did. She went really far out, but like Phil went out there. It wasn't until both of them left till everybody started saying exactly what we've been saying while they were there. It's pretty crazy that they throw in the whole regime. Like I said, the Donnie D 2.0. They're throwing them all in there. And they think Asha is doing the same shit. They're going to fix it.
We're not going to pretend that the way that Sarah Bond went out was anything here no more.
No, it's messed up,
dude. This is why I'm telling you that she was brought in specifically with this plan in mind. Because
no, she was brought in to replace Phil. That's right. He was training her to be her. He took her all over the place.
I'm telling you, she was dropped from Xbox like a bad infection. Like it's just like we never talk about it again.
No, that's crazy.
Okay?
Yeah,
it's like that one time you got hemorrhoids and you're like, I'm never mentioning this ever. Okay, your doctor, you kill him. You're like,
but do you think? Listen, do you think that Phil said he's retiring, and then she applied for his job, and they denied it and said no, Asha's taking it, and then she's like, "Fuck all you, I'm out of here."
Listen,
do you think?
I won't even speculate on everything.
Because that's what they said, that she got denied the role.
She definitely got denied the role.
She applied. So Phil got kicked out. Phil said, I'm retiring. Yeah. Sarah, you're going to take my spot. And when she thought she was an in, Satya's like, nah, I got other plans. Asha's going in there. You don't get it.
I think that's 100% why.
And then she's like, I'm out of here. Fuck all you. Fuck Xbox.
I think the biggest reason that they chose somebody like Asha is because what we talked about before. Satya wants to see AI in everything.
Yes.
Because all of these AI companies that invested so heavily, they are still trying to find a way to make people pay for this AI shit.
Yes.
They're like, we put billions of dollars and nobody wants to pay for this shit. So at the end of the day, those were the two things. Number one, she was under Phil Spencer's old vision. And Satya was like, well, I don't see how this lines up with what I want.
Yep.
And number two, he's like, hey, I need somebody that can, from the ground up, think of a way to make this AI shit profitable some way, somehow. So that is exactly why they picked her. But again, listen, these people are smart, man. These people are smart. They didn't go and pick a white person up there. They went and picked another person that is, If we
I'm
need
not-
to blame her,
Yo, you
this
can-
fans are going. This fans
you
are
going
going to
wild,
blame her
dude.
real quick.
Listen,
No.
Houston, they put him up
Listen,
there for the
I speak-
friggin' AI shit.
I speak reality. I speak reality. Listen, all of these Xbox fans that are now currently singing Asher's praises, if this shit goes sideways yet again, they're going to turn on her just as quickly as they turned on Sarah.
Dude, they
That's
believe in
100%
her,
true.
and she doesn't even have any kind of knowledge of a gaming or anything. It's not even like she plays. I don't give a shit if she plays games, dude. But the fact that she doesn't even have a knowledge of the gaming industry or gaming development or any of that stuff, of course she's going to ask questions. Like, I think, and people, the thing is, they're gravitating to all these little statements so much because they want to believe that this is another change. They want to win so bad that they hang on to these little words. Bring back Xbox. Hear you. All this shit. And it's like, if you look at the big picture, all she's doing is pandering to the audience. Her job is to keep you glued to Xbox so she could Trojan horse your ass to Windows gaming. That's the whole reason why.
That's
So she's
100%.
glazing the shit out of you, bringing back Xbox, come to a fan fest, celebrate Xbox, and we're going to slip you Windows gaming right in your back pocket. Because that's exactly
that is 100.
That's what
100%
they're doing.
what
That's her
going to do.
job. Her job is marketing and selling the marketing. So she is saying, "Oh, I got a bunch of diehard people out there. Let me glaze the shit out of them, say what they want to say, and then while they're at FanFest, I'll be slipping Windows gaming fucking business cards in their back ass pocket when they go home because that's what they want to do. They want to get this group to Windows.
It's already happened. It's already happened. This parasocial relationship already has people saying "Oh yeah, I'm fine with it being a PC as long as it can play my Xbox games." Like listen to that sentence. Like just saying, literally saying, "I'm fine with not having a console, so much as the old console can still be like played before." But it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, you know.
It's not.
Like this is like if a person comes in, takes away your car, and gives you a bicycle, and it's like, yeah, you should be fine as long as you can still go to the shops. It's like, well, yeah, you can do it.
Exactly.
But I like my car.
And that's why I was even asking. I was like, why? Who wants Windows? Who asked for Windows in GDC? Who's excited for a Windows device? And you know what's funny is that it came on the heels of Sony supposedly pulling all their games. Now they can't do that reach around where they can get Sony games because that was the only flex why they wanted Steam on their next Xbox so they could get PlayStation games and say that we're giving you games and now we get them. Once Sony was like, well, we're not probably doing this anymore. We're not doing this anymore. That's what everybody keeps saying. Then they're like, well, I don't give a shit about Steam and PC on my Xbox because I can't play PlayStation games now because they're going to stop doing that shit. So like now that Steam, nobody wanted Windows. Who needs a wrap? Like that's why I was showing that to Tim. I was like, who wants to develop Windows PC? Who? Nobody wants to develop for that shit store. There's nobody there.
What people at TimDog seem to so easily forget is that every single time you bought an Xbox console, you were specifically saying no to a PC. Because PC has been a thing
you don't want Windows,
way before, like for the longest, right? Before the original Xbox was a thing, PCs existed. So when people go and they choose this other thing, they're saying, hey, I don't want what you already have. That's what they were saying.
Exactly. I don't want that.
That is what Microsoft doesn't like. Because we are basically saying, we don't want this shit. Give us the other thing. But they're like, no, we want to sell you this shit. This is the shit we want you to buy. So we're going to take the other thing away. And we're going to finagle you into thinking it's the same shit you had before. But it isn't. It's the shit we want you to have. It's a little bit like, when all of these companies were trying to like sell diesel cars. And you go over there, you're like, hey, I want a petrol. And they're like, yeah. No, petrol is great. It's fantastic. But guess what? You should buy this diesel, though. You're like, no, I don't want it. Take it away.
I take it away. Exactly. Take it away.
No,
we don't want it.
You're getting this one. And it is the same thing. It's the same thing that they are doing. Listen, PCs are cool. They are fantastic. I'm talking using a PC right now. I've had it. I like it for the things that it does. But there is something to be said about having a specialized device, right? Like it's a bit like having an oven versus a microwave. The oven can do more things, but sometimes you need a specialized device because it can do one thing really, really well, better than the oven can sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like technically to heat up your food, you could always put it in the oven, but that shit takes too long and it takes too much electricity. And so you're like, hey, let me buy this one thing, this one device that does this one thing really well, so that most of the time that I just need this much performance, I'm done. You know, and I know people say that the microwave ovens can bake, but nobody bakes in a microwave oven. Like, come on, like,
Because of
you
rubber.
know what I mean?
It was like a
You
freaking
know,
rubber.
exactly. You know, so it's like we know that we buy this microwave to do one thing really well, and that's the console. The console is supposed to do gaming really well and stop. We don't ask it to do much else besides that, right? You know, so it's like, man, don't forget what choices you wanted before you walk in the store. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because now I feel like all of these people, even Doc Dark on Twitter, this man is sounding like a used car salesman. And he's over there trying to promote the ROG Xbox Ally X. And I'm like,
oh, he's wild,
whoa,
dude.
Bro,
Yeah, he's
it's a
taking pictures of.
PC.
Yo, did you see him taking pictures of PCs and going, "This is better value, dude"? Yeah, I said
I'm
it don't fit in the
telling you,
laundry
I'm
room.
telling you. I'm telling you. And this is the thing. It's like we know what we wanted when we walked in the store. We wanted a console. We know what that is. You don't like. And here's the thing, man. Let me just go in a little bit about this goddamn Project Helix, right? Nobody can fucking explain to me what it is.
And I know it's a hybrid. Why?
Everyone says it's
why
a hybrid.
does it need to be
what
a
does
hybrid?
That mean? What? That's
Just
a
play
good. That's an
games.
even better question. Why is it a hybrid?
Why?
When
Just
we
play
have
games.
console. When we have console, it's like a console. Like, bro, everybody knows what PlayStation 6 is.
Exactly.
We don't know exactly what level of performance it is, but we know what it is, right? You know, it's like
it's a hybrid.
You know what the
Why?
thing is?
Who asked for a hybrid? I just want a system that plays my game. Plays games. Like,
could you like Jez? I was just thinking about it when I was driving. Do you know what a bicycle is, Jez?
A bicycle? Yeah, I have no bicycles.
You know what? Yeah, of course. You know what a car is, right?
Exactly.
Now imagine if I said to you, listen, Jez, the future of transportation, right? The way Paris likes to say the future of gaming.
Yeah.
The future of transportation is a hybrid between a bicycle and a car. So then you're thinking, oh, it's a motorcycle. And I'm like, no. You still get the physical size and space of a car, but you pedal. And then
Fred Flintstone horse shit. Oh shit, Fred Flintstones.
And then you're like, wait, is that going to be heavy? And I say, no, it's going to be
just works.
by
It
a
just
motor
works.
somewhere. But it just works.
It just works.
But you still
Oh,
have to
okay.
pedal though. It's like, can I drive it without pedaling? No, it's a hybrid. The bicycle part is still important, and the bicycle means pedals. Okay.
But now
you
the
need
thing
a
is,
car.
now you got to wait. Now, now you got to invite me to the show so you can give me all free shit and glaze the shit out of me at some parties, and then I'll come back and I'll be like, "Yo, that's just the real deal."
Yo,
you got to send me to rooftop parties
it's
now.
It's the future of transportation. I'm gonna give you a yellow chair for your new hybrid car.
Oh, I got a yellow
thing.
chair and a rooftop party. All right, I'm buying this now. This seems good.
So then I tell you, yes, listen, it's a car thing, but it's like you pedal through it, all right? But it's gonna be great. It's gonna love it. And then you say, okay, why would I want this thing? And I'm like, no, it's the future. And then I'm like, okay, can I still get like my things in there? Can I still bring my family? You're like, yes, it's backwards compatible. You can bring your entire family with you.
Yo, they're talking about this shit. Its writing is on the wall. They're not even saying backwards compatible. They're saying friggin' we are preserving. I'm like, the preservation program.
It's forward compatible.
What's preservation? Yeah, the preservation
it's forward
program.
Compatible.
Yeah. Oh, it'll play your
man.
Xbox games through our preservation program. Oh shit! What are you preserving? What's going away? The Xbox. That's what's going away.
Listen, this Project Helix thing, when they finally fully show it, it has to do some of the hardest things that any product has to
unnecessarily
do. Which is,
hard
it just
stuff.
has to
Why?
clear the confusion about what it is and what it is trying to do. Because no one should be confused. You know, like we talk gaming, we've been gaming. We probably have in this chat, there's probably like a collective thousands of years of gaming years between all of us, right? So it's like all of us understand what gaming is about. And these people, instead of creating something new and altogether different, they're trying to take two things that already exist, already have the clear market segmentation, and are trying to hybridize them in some weird bicycle car hybrid thing that nobody can understand why you would want it. And then they have to present this product explain it to us, make us get it, and then make us want it. Which I don't know, man. That is insurmountable. Why didn't you just create another console?
Yeah, but no, what's crazy
All of
is
this-
that they're spending
Yeah.
so much energy in that Xbox mode or the Xbox full screen experience when they have a dashboard that's proven over 25 years to just use that dashboard, and they're reinventing the wheel with this stupid app because they want that to be the Xbox. That's the Xbox. That's why they that shit's still in beta. They call it Xbox mode now. Like it's
Yeah, I think
that's what it is.
I think all of this is some bunch of hooky doke. I think
That's a
at the end of
hokey
the
doke
day,
way to
are
get you
absolutely
on
right.
Windows. That's what it is.
You get a PC,
Just like the ROG Ally, man.
It's just just like the ROG Ally, like you said,
Yeah.
just a normal PC. And then they're going to put the Xbox overlay, call it Xbox mode.
Yep.
Make you boot into that, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
what it does is that, and I showed it here so many times, is that it's just the Xbox app, and it stops some startup processes like the dashboard,
Yeah.
like the Windows taskbar, some processes. But what it's going to do, though, is that it's going to make you seem like you're in a safe environment, and I bet you Satya is going to have a bunch of other shit backloading in the background we're going to find out, because PC dudes will rip this shit apart and go, yo, in Xbox mode, Satya got AI process Copilot 1, 2, 3, 4 running. Why is that running and taking away performance? That's because Satya wants to make you pretend you're in this closed environment and they could be collecting data on you through Windows. That's what they want to do. So like they'll give you this environment, this Trojan horse, this gift of Xbox mode that takes away the Windows bloat. But meanwhile, they're going to control the processes that boot up. And I bet you that processes that AI learning. How do you think and that's why they're pushing that Copilot AI shit. Oh, where do I go now, Copilot? Hey, what a great day it is today. Why don't you go straight? And I'm looking at your screen right now. Why don't you check out what's under that tree? It's like, bitch, you've been looking at my screen the whole time, taking away process power while I'm trying to play a game. Just in case I ask you where to go.
That is 100% true. Cellborn already showed us, what the future.
They showed at GDC.
They want Copilot to be watching your screen, to be cross-referencing data with advertisers and everybody else, so that they can tell them like, oh, he looked at a white shirt with a black logo on it for microtransactions. Hey, Adidas, Nike, New Balance, you guys have white shirts with black logos. Maybe you should advertise to this guy.
There it is.
That is, when you're playing GTA 6 and you're dressing up your character, they're going to be like, hey, this item in GTA 6 is a parody of this real world item. Maybe we could advertise this world item because he just bought this in GTA 6 and he spent like $27 on that microtransaction. So surely,
and
he's going to spend at least that much for the real thing.
And it's watching your screen in case you ask, but guess what? It's still collecting data while you're doing it. So like, and it's funny because when Sarah did that interview with the ROG Ally and what it is, she's like, oh, and it's gonna find like the trends that you buy, what you're buying, and what you'll do, and use that information. Like, yo, I don't need all that shit.
It's gonna spy on you to monetize you. All of these
it's gonna
companies.
watch you.
Exactly, and that's exactly what they want, because
that's
that
what
is
they
actually
want.
one way for AI to make money.
Yes.
Because then they can be like, hey, listen, all of these dumbass gamers, I let you watch them 24/7, and all of their habits and all the screen. Like they even tried that on Windows. Remember they had the recall feature.
Oh yeah, where is it? Recall. What happened to it? Everybody yelled about it.
No. Everybody yelled at them about it. They were like, okay, all right, we'll just. We'll
and what do you think Copilot on gaming is? That's basically looking at your screen.
It's literally recall for gaming.
Exactly.
It's literally recall for gaming.
Where do I go from here?
Yep.
Oh, I see you looking at the boat. Go straight. Oh, really? Oh, so you're looking.
Oh man, that presentation, man, you were right. You should have just like a super. If you're gonna have an AI watch you all the time, they need to be snarky. Like,
they gotta be like, bitch, you see the boat?
Exactly. How do I get on the boat? It's like, I don't fucking know. You step into it, you stupid motherfucker. Like, what do you think you do? You think you call it?
Dude, that guy sounds like a friggin' maitre d'. He's like, it's a beautiful day outside. You're looking wonderful. Why don't you go step a little bit outside? Shut up. Like, what the hell is this?
Listen. I want snarky AI. If I'm going to be spied on by all of these companies,
I want entertaining AI. I don't need no guy, no person that's like, you're looking great today. And they're gonna say like, oh, you know what? I checked your email. You got some bills to pay. Maybe you should turn off the game and pay the bills right now before you finish gaming. You've been gaming for a long time right now, like 2 hours. You have some things to do. I just checked your email. There's some urgent items you should go check on. You imagine that shit?
It'll be like, I just checked your email. Dave, you're still using Gmail, huh?
You know, can I interest you in Outlook? I'll set it up right now.
It seems you haven't learned your lesson when we leaked your chats to your girlfriend last week.
Dude, and what do you think? That's what they want to do. They're gonna pull in other shit besides gaming in your gaming shit. Like, you know, everybody's calling it Paris AI. It did sound like Paris. It's like, and he'll end every sentence. It's the future of gaming.
Exactly.
It's the future. That's how you prompt it.
Man.
But like, it is crazy. Like, that's what they want to do, and they want that voice because they want you to conversate with it. Because then you will use AI more. If the AI just answered your question,
then you give more information.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Give him more information.
If I go how to get on the boat and it just shows me an arrow, thanks, I'm done. But if I say how to get on the boat and he's like, hey, that's a great question. You can step straight ahead, but there's also a tree over there. You should go check over there. Would you like me to set a waypoint over there for you? Sure.
Yo,
you know,
listen,
by setting a waypoint over there, I could also give you some tips on how to dig for treasure over there. Would you like me to share that with you right now and tell you where to buy those things? Sounds great. And now see? And now you fucking in this loop and you're not even moving yet. You're sitting there talking to the AI. You haven't walked to the tree yet.
I'm telling you, this is exactly how they're going to do, right? Like in that example, right? They're going to be like, you're like, hey, I want to get on the boat. How do I go next? It's going to be like, well, looking at your screen, I can see that there is a shop in front of you. From there, you can buy many things and accessories, but we can get back to that later. The boat should be by the water. Just walk over the deck, and you should be able to find that. But on the way there, you can also watch a few ads for Microsoft credit and Microsoft points. You know, if you have about 2 or 3 minutes, it should only take a little while, and you can put your game down. You know, get yourself a little coffee.
Take a survey.
By the way, it's a beautiful day outside, and we realize that you have not yet backed all of your files to OneDrive. Did you know that by using OneDrive, which is on sale for only $15.99, and it's just going to give you this entire page?
You haven't called your mom lately. You may give your mom a call, leave her a message saying you miss us. I'm like, oh, yo.
Exactly. And then it'll be like, and if you're going to give your mom a call, please use Verizon services, which are now partnered with Microsoft. You know, just like,
would you like us to use Teams to call your mom?
Oh yeah, Microsoft Teams. There you go.
We can leave her a message and send a picture of your latest birthday photos. Yo, this shit's
or if you don't have any
post-apocalyptic.
pictures, we can use Copilot AI to generate some images for you, so that your mother doesn't realize how sad your life is.
Exactly. We'll add friends in the pictures for you and send them to your mom.
Exactly. Matter of fact, if you upgrade to our premium subscription, we can even add Phil Spencer in the picture.
Yeah, we'll add some celebrities in there. And that party that you were by yourself last night, when you were sitting in the coffee shop just staring at the walls, we'll add some like celebrities in the other room to say you met somebody.
Yeah, for the super premium subscription, you can have John Cena, and when they generate a
John
picture
Cena
of
sitting
John
behind you at the
Cena,
coffee shop.
It would just be a blank wall, and you'd be like, "Where's John Cena?" And they'd be like, "Well, you can't see him."
You can't see him, but we'll send this in.
But he's there.
Yo, this shit go wild. And Satya probably drooling at this shit. He hear this, he goes, he loves. That's exactly what he wants, man. And every time you're adding more and more shit, and they're prompting you to more and more stuff, that's more data, that's trends, that's all information on you. And that's why I think we just answered the question why it needs to be a hybrid. Because it's not about gaming. It's gaming is the Trojan horse to get you to use all this other shit that Satya wants. If it was about gaming, the thing would just be an Xbox Series X2, and we call it a day.
100%.
We don't need a hybrid.
You know what? You know what? You just call it the Xbox 6. You know, I've always said this. Xbox, they need to just get over the fear of just matching the
yeah.
Like Samsung went from like the Galaxy S10, you know, to the Galaxy S20 because they were like, oh, we're doing it by year now.
Yeah, because they blew
10
up.
Numbers. They skipped 10 numbers and nobody gave a shit. Like Xbox, listen, if you create your next console and it's just a real console, like please God, just let it be a real console, just a normal ass console, just call it the Xbox 6. Xbox 6 versus PlayStation 6. Nobody's gonna care after 2 weeks. Like nobody's gonna care what you call it. But now you can just go back to your regular ass name. We don't have to keep imagining, oh, it's the Game Boy, it's the Xbox Vista 3.5.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we don't need to keep coming up with different names for the same shit that we could already be naming. You know,
Well, they already got
like
their stupid
iPhone.
project name. They do this every
iPhone.
time.
iPhone 17 is where we are.
Mhm.
Which one is the next iPhone?
iPhone 18.
iPhone 18. Which was the one after that?
And all the apps you
iPhone
buy,
19.
exactly, and everything you buy. Now they got to tell everybody Project Helix. They got to convince. Well, some games will play, some games will come over, some games will work in Xbox mode, but not. Dude, they just did this with and that's what I mean. Like you said, how short-term memory they all have. They just got glazed their ass off with the Brog Ally X being called their next Xbox hardware, and that shit was a blatant lie when it got released that nobody even talks about it anymore. And now they're crawling up the ass of Project Helix and Asha, thinking like this is like, dude, you just got duped last year.
That's the thing. Coming back to TimDog, man. That's the thing. Like these people just lied to you. Like they
did the same statement.
Stopped.
They said this is an Xbox. They said that's it. They said this is our hardware, our Xbox ROG Ally, because it has the Xbox experience on it.
Another thing that TimDog said that pissed me off. He said that, after Asher coming so far, he's been impressed. What have you been impressed by? What have they done? How can you be impressed by something when nothing has happened? Listen, I want to be impressed by Xbox. I want them to go out there and be like, hey, sorry, we looked around, we checked our pants, and it turns out we have a big-ass dick. So we're going to take away all of the games that we were going to put on your platform, okay? We're going to put this dick on your table, and you can suck it if you don't like it. That's what I want them to do.
You're gonna love my nuts. Watch this.
Exactly. They'll just be like, oh shit, we forgot we have balls of steel. Let's put a table for you. Listen, that's what I want. Okay? But these are the same people that have been lying to you over and over and over again. And when they haven't even done anything, the motherfucker saying he's impressed. What the fuck are you impressed with? What's impressive?
I know, she hasn't talked to anybody.
She hasn't pulled out her big dick yet. Let her pull it out.
She didn't even introduce the freaking showcase thing. Like, hi, I'm Asha, everybody.
She wasn't even there at GTC. Let her pull out her donkey donk, and then we can be impressed by it. Like, that's a really big kadonkadonk. That's a huge ass kadonkadonk. She's kadonkadonking over there.
She's like, no AI.
Listen, man. Listen.
This is a real deal.
Listen. If you are an Xbox fan, understand that there is nobody that wants you guys to be up on the win more than PlayStation fans. There's nobody that wants your victory more than that. Okay? You've got to go and actually find people that truly hate Xbox that don't want them to see them back up. Everybody loves the underdog. Even when the underdog is backed by a
don't you think it will be awesome? Like, okay, you want to make Gears exclusive, make that friggin' game exclusive and let it go come head to head with friggin' Wolverine day in day. Let them fight each other out. What's the best game?
100%.
Let's do 100%. It. PlayStation flexing Wolverine, you go flex Gears. Let's do it. Let's see what game it's the best action game. That's what you want.
Get in the arena.
Yeah.
That's what we want. There is nobody on this planet that wants Xbox to see more than PlayStation fans do. Because the thing is, we like to fight.
But let's go.
We are used to being at the top of the pyramid, but there's no pyramid if you're the only one standing there. Then you're just on the ground.
Yeah, okay? And then bringing everybody down with you. You're like, well, it's not about exclusives anymore. It's about the games are expensive now. It's like, oh, shut up.
Listen. We want bodies to climb over, okay? We've got to send your games and be like, these are exclusives. You ain't getting this, bitch.
Exactly. Look at the exclusive Starfield. What did that do?
To Xbox. Oh my god, man.
30 frames, loading screens galore. Would that have people buying Xboxes? Nope. Nobody wants that shit. It has to be a quality. And the thing is, E-Day, like I said, is Rod Ferguson not there anymore. Hopefully it does cook, but we will see.
Listen,
but
I want all of these games to be fantastic. I want
weird too. I don't know about Fable.
We want. Listen, man. Fable looked great until they started showing it.
Exactly. It had a nice logo.
You ever seen a girl that looks hot until she takes her clothes off? Like that shit fucks with your mind. You're like, wait, what happened?
Oh shit.
No. Put them back on. You look fantastic. When I see less of you, the better you are. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, shit.
Listen. Fable, the moment they showed gameplay, I was like, oof. When you're just like,
yeah,
I can see why you were not showing it before. Listen, here's the thing. I want Xbox to have Game of the Year games. None of these bullshit. None of these bullshit like Outer Worlds 2. Like I was talking about this with Gaming Addict the other day. Outer Worlds 2, a game so great, they literally came out and guaranteed you they're not making a sequel.
Yes.
And this motherfucker was saying, it's such a great game. And I'm like, how is it a great game? Like, listen. Many companies have failures, right? Like, for example, take Concrete Genie from PlayStation. That was a complete failure. We all know we're not getting Concrete Genie 2, right? But Sony didn't come out and say, yeah, no, guys, relax. We're definitely not doing that again. You know, do you know how bad the game has to be for a company to assure you a few weeks later that they're never going to do it again? Do you know how bad you have to be?
You're dirty. Like, we're done with it. We're done.
Dude, this is like when you're literally in bed with your partner and you let a fart out so bad that you literally get your knees, apologize, and promise her that will be the last time she has to suffer that.
A dirty
and this
onion.
guy was telling me that Xbox has great games, and I'm like, dude, what kind of a great game is so good that they come out and they tell you we're not doing it again? They literally announced that there's no sequel coming. Then the next one, Hi-Fi Rush, a game so great they shut down the studio.
Yep, exactly. Booty had the nerve to come out of the town hall thing. We got to make more of these small games, and dude, you just shut it down.
More of these things, you know. Listen. All of these things, all of these companies, they have eggs on their faces, right? Listen, a Concord is another one from Sony, right? And that goes into the whole live service strategy. All of these games, but here's the thing: Sony and Nintendo, they have L's. They have sometimes massive L's, but they also have Goddies almost every year. That's the thing. That's the benchmark. If you're a first-party publisher, you need to come out with Game of the Year contenders almost every year. It can't just be once in 10 years. You know, I think the only one that they ever had was what? Psychonauts 2. I think that was the only one. And that was because they came in the back end of a project that
they had that was like a Kickstarter.
You know? Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't know. I want Gears E-Day, like you say, to go head to head with Wolverine.
Yeah.
And to be like,
we'll see.
Yeah.
According to Tim, man, it's happening.
Listen, man. Listen, Tim, I want you to be right. I'm never going to say you're wrong because I want it so much. I want it so desperately. It's just that, again, when you're coming at people and you're not making any reasonable sense, you've got to walk people through your reasoning, right? Like, for example, if I tell you, like, hey, you know what? The PlayStation 6 is not going to release until 2050. That is a crazy statement, right? Even if I know the CEO of Sony personally, I still have to walk you through the reasoning of that because it's a crazy thing to say, right? So again, TimDog, you got to do better, man. You've got to do better. You can come on anywhere. You can say your piece. You can believe what you believe. And I'm glad that you stand behind your words. But at the end of the day, you can't pretend that other people are less intelligent or they're just fanboys for not believing you at your word. When, let's face it, you've been wrong before. You've been wrong many times before. You know, you're not Jason Schreier.
And the thing is, Xbox has pivoted so many freaking times. Like, they just do wordplay. And I don't understand how people still, you know, focus on that. But, man, I'm going to have to wrap this up. What a freaking epic show. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on, man. First time, we'll get you on here again, man. We're going to have just a show just with you on here. No more, so we could just talk about the topics.
It's a pleasure to be here.
No, I appreciate it. I apologize, man. I thought you were on here. You had the link. This Discord shit, man. I didn't know how to get this stuff in. I had all things all over the place. But I thought you had it on there before. But no, anytime. Now you got the link. Now you're in. So now you can just jump in the waiting room and
next time anybody comes on and just starts speaking things that make a little bit less sense, you're going to see me pop.
I'll have to. Know what? I'm gonna have to get you a sound clip like the siren. So it's like when something goes crazy, I'll just hit a siren and it'll just be like it'll be like something like this. Yeah, I think we'll do the Silent Hill siren. It's like somebody comes on here and just starts talking shit. And I'll be like, that means M's coming. That's M's coming. That's it. Get him in I see you in the waiting room. I'm like, there he is. M's coming. The Silent Hill. The sirens are coming. No, but man, I appreciate it. Man. Thank you. I'm glad you were able to get on. And unfortunately not when Tim was here. But anyway, we got Tim on here. Hey, let's see what happens. You heard everything. I tried to let him say everything he wanted to say. But hey, it is what it is.
He said everything.
Hey, man, he said enough. But we'll see what happens. It's always funny here, but thank you again, grinders. Hit that like button and subscribe to the Gaming Grindhouse. And yeah, I just made an E-Day song while we were talking, so we can listen to that as we head out. So special VIP members show will be coming your way. And I want to thank everybody for all your support. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the engagement. And grinders are the best, baby. You're the best. And we're going to 3,200 grinders. Let's get 100 likes. And thank you again. And keep it locked here, Gaming Grindhouse. And thank you, M, and thank you, TimDog, for being on the show. And Link, too. I'm sorry, Link was on earlier, but I think Tim just kind of came in and Link went on mute. But Link, you come back in here as well anytime. We'll get you in here. So, grinders, I hope you liked the show. It was a wild show. Craziness, I told you. End of March with a bang. But it's going to get even crazier now. And we got birthday celebrations coming next week. It's going to be a party in the Gaming Grindhouse. So thank you again, everybody. Let's listen to this brand new song. Gears E-Day will be exclusive. I don't know. Thank you again, grinders.